I think so. What's going on, guys? Today, Warframe, and today, special day, we're going to be doing the tier list 2025. So I'm getting ready to piss off a lot of people with my opinions. So that's what's going to be happening today on this live stream. So let me make sure things are functioning before we get really started here. And then let's do it. Let's piss people off, I guess. Twitch is good. YouTube, how you doing? YouTube is good. All right, we got TikTok going. Saley, how you doing? All right, let's get started, shall we? Let me get some music on. We'll do a little bit of just some normal runs and stuff, just kind of chilling, and then we'll get started on that tier list. Destro, how you doing? Good morning, good morning. And Vost, what's going on? Go hit the bounties. Nice, I only have to do one bounty and then I maxed out this rep. Hopefully I can get to 5. Let's see how that works. Let's just do, what's this one? Destroyed 20 speakers on tech rot buzzes. I don't know what the hell that means. Oh, that? I've never seen that before, but okay. I guess we'll try to do that. Let's do it. I keep forgetting to fix my motorcycle because the colors are not exactly like my motorcycle in real life, so I kind of wanted to alter it a little bit. Not that it's gonna match my actual motorcycle that much, but I wanted to at least try. Alright, let's try to go ahead and do this. And then does that count towards the kills? Oh, nice. We're already like halfway through it. More than halfway through it. That's good. Very nice. What are y'all favorite frames so far? I got a long list of favorite frames. I play a lot of them. So I could talk about favorite frames all day. Right now, my favorite current frame has been Sight, the guy I'm using right now. He's been a lot of fun to play. I really enjoy his playstyle a lot. Very refreshing. So I've been enjoying him the most. Oh, my aim. Are tenant weapons really really worth picking up for Steel Path? Yes, they are. They're very strong, especially weapons like the tenant Citrine, the tenant Glaxon, the tenant Archoplasmor. Like, those are just some of the very, very powerful Steel Path weapons that you could get. But there's a lot of them. So yes, they're very worth it. I would say just collect them all like Pokemon. Just start getting them all and figure out which ones you like the most, and then kind of work from there. Because I personally find the tenant weapons to be way better than the Kuva weapons. People will argue on that all day, but I prefer tenant weapons way more. So it's entirely up to you what you want to stick with. So just explore, try stuff. I fucking love Citrine. She's easily the best character in this game. Hands down. Citrine is well worth the grind that you have to suffer through. She's absolutely amazing. So I'm waiting for her to become a prime. But if I was gonna say like one Warframe to rule them all, it's Citrine. She can do every content in this game with a blindfold. You know, like she is incredibly powerful. So she's super worth it. What's the best stealth Warframe? I mean, there's a lot of options. So my personal favorite is Wukong, mainly because he's so fast to maneuver around, and then he also has a lot of variety with his gameplay. Loki is another option, but the problem with Loki, honestly, is that you have to refresh his invisibility on the moment that it expires. So you have to be aware of that. And if you're not paying attention and you're too busy just shooting shit and not like looking at it, you could end up with your pants down for at least a good second or two where you could die, you know? So that's why you got to be careful with him. That's why I say Wukong is better, because you could at any moment just press the 2 and go invisible and start flying all over the place, and it also doubles as a stun. So it's good crowd control while also being invisible. So it's Wukong is definitely the best when it comes to stealth, in my opinion. Are you new to the game? I've been playing this game for 11 years. Have you tried Saryn with Kuva Sobek acid shells? No, I haven't. Which I have to work on the Sobek. I don't have a build for that yet. I got it to 30 and then I just called it a day. I didn't even get it to 40 yet, so yeah, that part. Loki with Savage Silence. Oh shit, I gotta get to the exit. Hold on, let me pay attention. Ivara is the best stealth frame. Pfft, get the hell out of here with that. She is the one that needs the most rework out of like every frame. She's so impractical. She is so outdated. No, she is not the best stealth frame. She is the worst one of the stealth frames. So yeah, she wins for best, or she wins for best worst. That's what she that's what she wins as. Opinion on Saryn, she's amazing. She's always been top tier her whole life. The only thing that lacks on her is survivability, so you have to work on that. So you're either gonna make a build so that the molt helps you, or you could do what I did with my Saryn and replace the molt and put Ivara's arrow. See, we were just talking about Ivara using the arrow for invisibility, and then just stay inside the circle and nuke the world with your spores. So that's what I do with my build. Ivara for spy missions, dude, you're missing out. Just play Wukong or play Wisp. Those two will literally is 700,000 times better than playing Ivara. Just telling you that right now. You are living in the past if you really think that Ivara is still good for spy missions. Yeah, Ivara needs a super rework. She needs a lot of abilities changed. Bro must not be good on Ivara. If you like walking in slow motion, go ahead. If that makes you happy, go for it. I used to play a lot of Ivara. I know what I'm talking about. And if you love slow motion fucking being a snail while everybody else is at the end of the map, go for it. If that makes you happy being a snail, do it. That's up to you. Let's see. Let's get this updated. There it is. Pizza party.
Reservations. In hindsight, that was folly.
All right.
This is for you.
Increase critical chance by 10%. What's this one do? While invisible, gain 5% strength. I gotta try this one out. Let's try to max this one out here. All right, fine a fucking Lee.
The team got you something.
No, I don't want to talk to you. I'm done talking to them. I'm pizza party now. No more conversations, no more gifts, no more conversations, no more gifts. This is what I've been waiting for this whole goddamn time. Now I can do what I wanted to do from the fucking beginning, which is go over here and just start buying some blueprints, buying some shit, like chilling. See, now I can finally get this weapon maxed out. What's this one? Whatever the hell this is. I'm just gonna buy it right now. Give me that. Insufficient. Ah, I forgot. I forgot I don't have enough standing. God damn it. I gotta grind the bounties. But anyway, you get the point. You get the point. I can finally do that. Nah, I don't want to run that stupid tank. That's a waste of time. That bullet sponge. I'm good. Let's do survival again. Get some standing. Thoughts on Ureli? Ureli is pretty good. She needs a rework also, honestly. Like a tune-up. It's not really like much of a rework, but I like the way she functions. I just don't feel like she's too practical. So they need to kind of give her some love. But she is good. Like if you wanted to be the secondary queen all day long, she's definitely that. She's that, but I don't know. She needs some fixes. So back with electric or toxic, neither. I would just do magnetic on mine. I don't bother with the what's it called, progenitors and stuff like that. I just play whatever I want to play, and for the most part, I find mag to be the most fun when I'm doing the sisters and the Kuva or whatever. I usually just run mag and that's it. So that's why I just do magnetic, and I'm done. I don't care about those stupid statistics. Like, you can do that if you want to min-max or whatever, but honestly, it's pointless because you're always going to make the same builds anyway. It's either going to be corrosive or it's going to be viral, and you choose what you want to do with that weapon. And for most cases, for me, I usually put viral on secondary weapons, and then I put corrosive on primary weapons. And the reason why I do that is because the secondary always doubles for me as the primer of the situation, and then the primary would end up being the main weapon. So that's how I usually play this game in general. I mean, it's up to you how you want to play it, of course, but that's what I do.
Levels dropping. That bought you some time. You're welcome.
Guy went down. Oh, he's good. Exchange items to get standing. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I probably have like 1,000,000 items I could trade in right now. It's alright. I'll just do a couple bounties. I don't mind. Gives me something to do. Oh, oops. That's what I meant to do. I cannot land these headshots at all. Oh shit, what the fuck? I don't like zooming in, because then when something is in my face, then I have to zoom out. So yeah, I don't care about zooming in. I'm too lazy to do that shit. Alright, time to leave.
Coming out of the rot. There's some stuff we might be interested in. Like this. See? My ass is out here on the line too. Marking extraction. Use it when you need it, but only if you need it.
We need it. We're leaving. Here's the exit.
Deal with that scrubber buildup. Stat.
This wireless mouse is definitely starting to grow on me. I really like it a lot. It's so awesome not worrying about a wire like getting in the way and stuff. That used to be my biggest issue. Now I think I'm spoiled. Now I need wireless mouses for life. Once you go wireless, you never go back. That's the issue with sight. You have to stay a bit away from them so you can keep doing headshots. The thing that's really cool also about sight is that he can freeze enemies. So if enemies ended up like bum rushing you and they were in your face like that, you just freeze them with the alternative fire and you're good, you know? At least with the sniper. If you're using regular weapons, then yeah, it's not going to be as fun, but it just depends on what weapon you're using. And yeah, he is a sniper, so that's why you got to think about it in that playstyle. If you want to go full Rambo, you can totally do that too, which that's why I love him so much, because you can stay there with unlimited ammo, just keep refreshing your ammo all day. So that's beautiful. That's why I love using the Aceltra Prime. That's my favorite weapon with him, because it's just pure barrage of hell going at the enemies. And since that weapon is kind of AoE-ish, it's a beautiful thing to just watch things just like fall and flop with red crits. It's nice. Yeah, I played a lot of Garuda. I have to make a build for her. I don't have a build, but I do love her. Her playstyle is awesome. She's very diverse. I think half of the comments on this video are going to be people mad you said their frame was trash. Oh yeah, it's just gonna be like the 2024 trash list. You see, I even said it. But yeah, a lot of people hated that so much, so they're gonna hate this one too. It's all good. It's views for me. Either way, it doesn't matter. And this one, I'm gonna go all out with this. I'm gonna be making a clip for every single Warframe that I talked about during that stream or during that video, you know. So yeah, it's I'm gonna flood you guys with a lot of how is this character, how is that character, especially since I've been getting a lot of questions for each of the Warframes anyway, so it kind of works itself out so that you guys can see my thoughts on all of them. All right, I think did I max out the bounty? Actually, let me check, because I can feed him what's it called? Who do I feed the stuff to? Oh, exchange for standing. Here we go.
Show me.
So I could feed some of these things, give him a bunch of pizzas. Oh, that's too many. Hold on. 15k. I need one with 1,000. Of course, there's none with 1,000. They would do that. All right, there we go. Yeah, I know.
Madres, muy bien.
All right, there we go. I gotta go to Amir, buy some weapons. So I'm gonna buy all the stuff for this new weapon. Try it out. All right, cool. GG. Get back home. This unlocks Steel Path. Congratulations. Welcome to hell. This is where making builds is extremely important. I really highly recommend, if you don't know how to make builds already, check out YouTube, Google stuff, check out my Overframe. Link is in the bio to that. And just look at builds, man, so you can get familiar with modding and then make your own builds in the future. But that's the goal, man. You have to make builds. Foundry. Let me do some stuff here. What's that new weapon I just picked up? I don't remember the name. Oh, here it is. This thing. Recon Flex. Nice, and I have some Argon crystals left. Ah, fuck, I don't have any organ cells? What the hell happened? This is miserable. Let me go farm some freaking bullshit. Fuck. This is always the worst moment, man. Running out of organ cells. I'm always out of organ cells. Son of a bitch. Alright, I guess we'll go do this one, I guess. Why are you not in the back room? Because everybody and their mom is in the back room. I never follow what other people are doing. I like to be myself, so that's why I'm not in no back room. Fuck that. Fuck the meta of back room. Best way to farm potatoes? Make platinum, man. I have guides on how to make platinum in the tutorials playlist. So check it out. Go make your platinum and then buy potatoes. I've been playing Warframe for 11 years. Hold on, I forgot how to play this game. There we go. Okay. Where is the... There we go. Much better. Sell Rivens? That's not the easiest thing to do. I'll tell you. Like, you know what's my favorite thing to sell is Prime mods. That's my favorite, mainly because they're so easy to get through Baruuk. So you can just collect those things all day. How could I get that Cora build? Link is in the bio to it. I also made a video, which I do plan on making more videos in the future. I'm planning to make a build video for every single Warframe. That's my goal of 2025. So yeah. Anyway, the build video is in my builds playlist on TikTok. It's on my YouTube channel. It's everywhere. So pick your platform and check it out. It's in there. What focus school you use? I always use Zenuric all the time. Zenuric is my main. The only time I don't use Zenuric, I'll use, I think, Verizon, I think it is. The one that gives you... Oh, shit. That toxic almost killed me right there. The Verizon or whatever it is. The one with the melee. I forget what it's called. I think it's Verizon. Verizon Wireless. That one. Verizon Wireless. Yeah, I call it Verizon Wireless. Well, melee, I'm using what is it? The Magistar Incarnon. The main reason for the Incarnon version of Magistar is you get a higher crit damage, I believe. I think that's what it was, or crit chance or something. I think it's crit damage, actually. So it scales the damage like way more than normal. As you can see, I'm doing 700,000 per hit, and it hits like 7 times, you know, like, so yeah, it's fucking crazy. Those poison ones like ruined my day, man. That shit almost killed me right there. You got that AT&T? Nice. Ah, fuck. You see, I was looking at chat and look what happened. God damn it. Why you guys ruin my flow, man? Last time we played Conclave, I tried like a month ago, but there's nobody fucking doing it. It's dead as fuck. The deadest game mode in the whole game. There's no point in doing it. My build is in my bio. Link in the bio. Also, there is a build video in my builds playlist. Yes, I got an Oracle cell. All right, let's get out of here. That's all I needed. One Oracle cell. All right, where's... Actually, no, I need more Oracle cells. I forgot, I got to make some Forma today. Let me stick around for a bit. Do you still make beginner guild for Warframe? Beginner's guild? What do you mean? Oh, guides? I have like 700 beginners guides. So if you need that, it's all there. FAQ playlists and my Warframe beginners guide playlist on YouTube. But I've covered like I think everything that a new player needs to know. So I don't think there's anything else I need to cover. Everything's still up to date. They haven't changed anything. So yeah, all those videos are relevant. If a video was not relevant anymore, I would delete it and just replace it. But there's been no reason to do it. So it's all there. Yeah, this is Magistar. Limbo is also cool for spy and laser missions. It's not that good because he's not invisible. That's the only problem. So you can pass through the beams and all that, but you're pissing off the enemies, which the enemies will eventually run and go sound the alarm, which will cause problems for you. So that's why I don't prefer Limbo in a spy mission. I think Wukong and Wisp are easily the best when it comes to spy missions because they could pass through the beams with no issues and be invisible the entire time. So yeah, those are the best ones. Yes, I do have a clan. My clan is pretty dead though. Like when I went on my hiatus to go play other games for like a month or two, I lost like pretty much everybody in the clan. Everybody quit. Because they were like, oh man, you're quitting Warframe? Alright, well fuck you then. And they, you know, they basically just all quit. It is what it is. That's why I didn't want to make a clan in the first place, but I kept getting a lot of peer pressure to do it. So I was like, all right. I mean, I ended up giving leadership to a couple of the guys, and they were taking care of, you know, upkeep and all that stuff. I don't have the patience to maintain a base. That's why, like, whenever I play games like this, I always just join whatever the biggest clan is or whatever and call it a day. And that's it. As long as they don't have no stupid restrictions like, oh, you must play it like it's a job and you got to be on it every day and you have to join our fucking meetings. Like, the moment they start doing that shit, I'm like, oh, no, fuck you guys. I'll just join a clan that's less of a fucking pain in the ass. Nice, I got another Orkin cell. Godfall? Hell no, I didn't play that game. I saw enough gameplay to not give a shit about that. The moment it launched, I was like, nah, that game is gonna be dead. And yep, it died. What are you playing for survival? What do you mean? Oh, you mean just why I'm doing this? I'm doing it for Orkin cells. What stats do you focus on in the core build? I don't know. I don't remember. Just check out my build video. You know what's interesting is, you know, like, you saw the way I answered that and I was just like, oh, I don't even know what stats I got or anything. I have been guilty of going back and watching my own videos to learn about the game again. Like, when I quit Warframe for like 3 years and I was gone for that whole period of time, I went and I watched my own YouTube videos to refamiliarize myself on the game. That shit's crazy, right? That's why I love doing YouTube. That's why I love just making content in general. Because, like, it's also like, it's almost like putting a note, a mental note for things so that I could remember. I'm just like, oh, it's almost like bringing my memories back or whatever. Like, it's pretty cool, man. It's cool to be a YouTuber. I gotta admit. or a content creator, I guess. We should say just that in general. All right, hold on. I gotta pay attention now. Is the Zara a good primary? Yes and no. Mainly because the ammo is just so fucking low on that thing. So you'll run out of ammo before you could even have fun. So I would recommend you get sight and then you play it with sight. It's awesome with him because he can give himself unlimited ammo. But without sight, it can be kind of a pain in the ass to maintain your ammo with that weapon. So that's the only thing. All right, let's get out of here. I'm done. Where's the exit? Nice. I got a lot of Orkin cells. That was beautiful. That was probably the best run I've ever gotten for Orkin cells. Usually I'm not that lucky. Wait, where's the exit? Oh, this way. No, I tried. All right, let's try again. Navigating this shit, I don't know about this at all. Oh, look at Orkin cell. Oh, yes. Oh my god. Yes, this is my lucky day in Orkin cells. Oh my god. Beautiful. 8 Orkin cells. That's amazing. Oh my Jesus. I wish it would be like that every time. In 12 minutes? I wish. Prisma lens and sight? Yeah, it works. Any weapon that's not an Incarnon or a battery works with sight. So you have unlimited ammo. Just think about the weapon and what it does, and he has unlimited ammo. Like, that's it. So don't use batteries. Battery weapons are like Tenet Cycron, like the what's that other one? The arm weapon. I forgot what it's called. I'll pull it up right now. Where's it at? I think Hema is also a battery weapon. Where's that weapon at? The Bubonico. I don't know why I don't see it here, but the Bubonico is what I was thinking about. Here it is, right here. Bubonico. That's another battery weapon. And then also Incarnons don't work. So you can use the regular mode, but you can't use the Incarnon mode. Like when you switch it to Incarnon, that's not unlimited. You can't give yourself ammo with that. So that's it. Any new updates for this year? They're supposed to add infested Kuva or whatever the hell, you know, like Kuva and Tenet weapons, but they adding infested now. I'm really hoping that they eventually add the Ignis. That would be my dream weapon. Ignis and also Stug. I don't know what Stug counts as. It's probably not in infested. I would think that would be maybe. Wait, what does Stug even go under? But I think it would be nice if they either added some kind of version of that with Stug, or even better than that would be Incarnon. I would love to see a Stug Incarnon. Like that would be the #1 thing, man. That would be beautiful. Stug is Grenier. Okay. Yeah, I would love to see something. Cora's Bob Marley. That's funny. Zephyr is amazing. She's considered like one of my mains, but like I said before, I don't really main anything anymore. So yeah, but if I wanted to break Zephyr out, I know that she will be great with every content. It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, Warframe has no chance of dying anytime soon. They've been updating the shit out of this game. Like, they'll pump out, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 updates in a year. Probably even more sometimes. And I really don't think DE is ready to let go of Warframe. They even are working on a new game called Soulframe, and Soulframe is a very different game. It has nothing to do with Warframe at all. So that game is gonna be its own thing with its own style, which is very Souls-like. That's the premise behind it. Whereas this one is, you know, your typical live service looter shooter game, you know. So yeah, this game is not going away anytime soon. The only time that this could go away is if they announced a Warframe 2, if they ever did that. But I don't know. That's it. Can you recommend a new weapon? I'm trying to move on from the Baruuk. You have a lot of options. Incarnons are number one. Just anything Incarnon. Start with the ones from Zaraman. You have a ton of options in there, like Fenmore, Felarx, my personal favorite, Latham. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a bunch. So just collect them all and then try which one you like the most. Thoughts on Hydroid? He's whack. I don't like him at all. I really feel like they ruined him when they did that rework. I miss the puddle, man. I just want to be a puddle, grabbing things and pulling them into the puddle. Like, that was the best part about Hydroid, and they ruined it. So, no, Hydroid is whack. Dante is god tier, overpowered. Best, like, one of the best frames in the game, so easy. Like, whenever I think of, oh, I just want to get through a mission as easy as possible, I just break out Dante. Dante is like no brainer. You press a couple buttons and you're invincible. So he's god tier. Is Shield Gate still meta? No. Now it's all about Overguard. But Shield Gate is still good. You can still do it. There's still a lot of frames that don't really, you can't really get Overguard on everybody unless you're using that one augment. There's not an augment, it's Arcane. The Arcane secondary that gives you Overguard when you shoot at Overguard enemies. It gives you like a little bit, but it's still not enough for you to sustain Overguard. So yeah, that's when shield gating will come in. And the new frame is amazing. I hate your comment for saying I'm gonna get Trinity Prime last. Yeah, I saw that comment. I mean, you just gotta try shit, you know? Like, this is the thing. This is the reason why for a long time I was when people would ask me what's the best Warframe, I would immediately just say it's whatever you want it to be, whatever playstyle you want. They're all good. People don't want to hear that. You know, like, they don't understand that because they're so used to games like World of Warcraft where you have to choose a class, you know, like, oh, what's the best class in World of Warcraft? And then somebody will tell you, oh, it's the tank class. It's a fucking warrior because the warriors are needed for all content and blah, blah, blah. They'll come up with something, you know what I mean? Like, but in this game, there's no classes really. Everything is just about your comfort level and what you enjoy playing, what's fun for you. But people don't want to hear that either. They just want to know what's the best one, you know, like, and there's no definite answer to that. So, like, people could play Trinity and have a great time with Trinity. I say that I don't like Trinity because I have my reasons. But is Trinity a bad frame? Not by any means, no. She's not. But that's why we all have opinions and we just form our own opinions and that's it. I'm just one guy. if you really need to know what the best frame is, I don't know, go on Google and just start fucking Googling shit. Let's see what happens. Out of curiosity, let me do that right now. What's the best Warframe? Let's see what pops up. Revenant is number 1. Do you guys believe that? Do you guys believe that? Revenant is number 1? Best Warframe in the game. Second one is Saryn. Best Warframe in the game. Mesa. I can't even tell you the last time I seen a Mesa on a team. But I love her. She's amazing. Cora, number 4. Wisp, number 5. Titania, number 6. Then we got Neja on 7. I can't even remember the last time I seen a Neja on a team. And then Octavia on 8. And the same with Octavia. I haven't seen Octavia in a long time. So, see, and this is just somebody's tier list. You know? This is not even like a global statistic. This is somebody's opinion. Because this goes into a YouTuber's video. And then when you look on here, what's the best Warframe to use? Limbo is the best Warframe in the game. Are you reading this? Are you reading this? I have never heard those words in one sentence before. Never. I love Limbo, and I 100% agree with that. But think about how many people have ever said that. No one ever has said that. I've never even said that, and I love Limbo. That's fucking crazy. So you see, so you can't believe the internet at all. You can't believe a single soul. You have to make your own opinion. Period. You need to test them out. And the way to test them out is right here, man. It's right in your face all along. It's called Deviri. You come here and you just jump into any of these things. The circuit, the Deviri experience, it doesn't matter. You'll get to choose a Warframe. And then this is where you could test shit out. Just jump in there. Test out the Warframe, see which one you like the most. That's it. It's that simple. It really is. Look, here we go. Look. See, here's my options. Well, the Stalker is not a real player, but I mean a real playable Warframe. But look, Ember. Of course, these are all mine, so they're all going to be primes and all that stuff. But you see Lavos, then we got Ureli, then we got Rhino. You need so I have options, right? I can look at these and I can go, okay, which one haven't I played yet? I guess I'll play Lavos, and then you'll start playing with them and you figure it out. That's how I discovered Protea. I would have never known how powerful Protea was unless I saw it in the Deviri. Like, Protea probably would have been the last Warframe I even bothered to get. Because her grind is kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's pretty fucking annoying. So, yeah, like, the moment that I played Protea and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. That's when my goal became to grind for Protea. You know? So, yeah, man. The Deviri, man. This is the place to be. Also, for new players, this is where you could also... what's it called? Discover Warframes that you could get the full blueprints for. I'll show you an example. You go to here, go to Deviri, go to the circuit. I'm gonna do it on normal, the circuit. And then this is, see, you could choose a Warframe. And when you do this, you're getting the full blueprints for it so that you could craft it yourself. So let's say, oh, I want Trinity. And every week this resets. And you'll get a bunch of things. Look, you get mods that have a lot to do with Trinity. Look, even one of her, what's it called? I can't even think of the word right now. But anyway, like, this is awesome. That way, for new players that just getting into the game, you can go ahead and do this. And as a new player, you could do this right away. This is like the first thing that pops up is the Deviri stuff. So, yeah, man, do it. And then with Steel Path, you're getting Karnons. So this week we got Torrid, which is a very important one. Dual Ichor, very important. But yeah, man, just get in here and start doing it. Shit. That's how you test them out. Thoughts on Kumi? She's the wackest Warframe in this game. Wacky tack. Wacky tacky dingbat. What's your favorite Warframe at the moment? You're looking at the guy right now. This is a Sight. This is the new Warframe that just came out. Do I have to do the lone story on Steel Path to do the Steel Path circuit? Yeah, you do. You have to finish that. You got 2 people to start Warframe, told them to do the story. Yeah, it's worth it just for new players to just do the story. You know why? Because I feel like a lot of new players are accustomed to video games having a lot of story and cutscenes and things like that. And I feel like the story is what really drives people to want to care about this game more, you know? Because if this game was just a straight up, we just told them to grind the star chart and just do that. Don't worry about the quest, just grind the star chart. If you told somebody to do that, that would be the fastest way for them to uninstall the game and never play it again. That, like, true facts, like right there. Like, I would never recommend somebody to do that. Because when they're doing the storyline stuff, which is going to show them cutscenes and they're going to start caring about stuff, they will also be clearing the star chart at the same time. It's going to happen naturally because they have to get to certain places just to finish the next quest and the next quest. So you might as well not ever force somebody to do the star chart. It's just not worth it. It would be Destiny. And Reno, thanks for the GGs. Appreciate it. The 2025 version. Thank you. I need to rework Phantos clamps. I don't even know what that is. Pathos. Do you, Frank? The story in Warframe is really interesting too. Yeah, it can be. It can be. It has its moments. It's still like so convoluted. It's all over the place, but it's still interesting when cutscenes do play out and all that. And the 1999 one was actually really cool. Yeah, Lavos is gonna end up being the new Prime. It's already like they have a list of which Prime is gonna be next and next and next, and people already know what's next. It's definitely gonna be Lavos. Good build for MR9 to 10. I have all the quests done. Get the Incarna. I mean the Ignis Wrath. Ignis Wrath is such an amazing weapon. So if you're gonna be MR10, do it. You're gonna have a lot of fun with that weapon. You don't even need a crazy amount of, like, you don't need a build per se to shred with that thing. And my day's going good, David. How about you? Can you do a tier list video based on fun factor and easy playable frame? That's how I base my tier list, actually. My tier list is based on that. Because when I'm rating a Warframe, I'm rating it based on fun factor overall. Like, fun factor is #1. And then on top of that, it has to be its utility. Like how good it functions on all the missions. Like, that's how I look at it. So I look at how reliable they are. So like S tier means that they're extremely reliable and they're also very fun to play. Because I try to think about it in the way of like, if I want to main a Warframe, which one would be the main? And I feel like the S tier are those characters. So I guess we can go right into doing the tier list video now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let me pull up my tier list from last year. So this is it right here. This is my tier list from last year, from 2024. What I'm going to be doing with this tier list of 2025 is the focus is going to be to see if anybody has moved up or down on this tier list. Most likely things are not going to move down from the tier list, but we'll see. There hasn't really been nerfs or anything. There's been a lot of buffs and there's been a lot of reworks that have happened over the year. And even recently with the 1999 update, things have changed a lot. So we're going to be fixing up this list and doing things. But we're going to keep the rules the same. So F tier means needs a rework bad. Going into C could use a rework or a buff. And then it goes into B just being great. Like those are good Warframes. They're solid. There's nothing wrong with them. They are very excellent. And this goes all the way up to the top, basically. So B, A, and S are all amazing. But A, amazing, you see? So S, the OP as hell crowd, this is all based on fun factor, of course, like I said, and also their utility, like how good they are with all mission types. And I feel like the S tier falls into that greatly. Like those are the warframes that I would bring to a mission if I want to get it done. You know, like if I want no problems, no issues, no thought of like, oh man, if only I brought blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like I know that those are the most reliable warframes that I could bring to a mission and have a great time doing it. And that's what S tier is. And then I have a secret tier that I'm going to work on probably at the end of the tier list where we're going to call them God tier. Like that's basically God tier where they're just unbelievably crazy. And if they got nerfed, I would be very sad. But I also feel like it's kind of justified. So that's going to be a different list on top of this. But yeah, anyway, let's get started on it. So what I was going to do is try to pull up this tier list here. Let me find that website that has the tier list thing. Here we go with the update. Nice. They got it with the update. Nice. They got site in here. Ooh, did it? Oh, it updated with my list. Oh my God, yo, this is fucking amazing. Wow. Look at that. So my warframes are already set up on this tier list. I didn't even have to do anything. That's beautiful. Oh my God. Yo, this website. All right, so this is it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of look at these and then just kind of alter them from here. That's sick, man. That's sick. All right, so where should we start? I don't know where to start. Yeah, we got Jade right here. Look, Jade, Kumi, Dante, and then Sight. They're all in here. Nice, man. Yo, this is sick, man. I like this. Okay, so should we start alphabetical order? Like, I'm not really sure how to start this. Let me make a, can I make a copy of this or something? Resetting is easier. See, but I also want to remember what was where. So let me pull up that picture I had with all of them. We'll keep that picture handy so that I could be able to, you know. Okay, how do we reset it? Reset. Oh, fuck. I didn't want it to do all that though. Ah, I changed my whole list. All right, I gotta delete all these. Damn it, I didn't want it to do all that. All right, you know what? How many did I have on that list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got 6 on here. So what I was gonna do is We're gonna have the god tier up in the top. Let me. Okay, you know what? Like this. Let me pull up a second one. Ah, it doesn't remember now. That sucks. And since I reset it, it kind of fucked it up. Oh well. Let me pull up the... This is gonna take me a moment to kind of get things together. Volt is not S tier, not at all. I do not agree. There we go. And put it on the second monitor. Baruuk is mid. I agree with that, but he is very powerful when you make a crazy build. Like, it's literally just hold down left click and watch everything die. So I get why people were upset. But he's the most boring Warframe on the list. Like, seriously. They love watching paint dry, I guess. Let's see, and then we got C tier. How about if we get rid of the F tier? Does the F tier... Yeah, I think we'll get rid of the F tier this time. We don't need the F tier. Because, honestly, I feel like they've reworked so many Warframes and they've done so many changes in this game that nothing is really F tier anymore. I feel like a lot of stuff is very good. So we probably could just get rid of the F tier completely. Not even bother with that. And we'll put needs a rework. And then this one is what? This would be B. And then this one, that would be A tier. We'll keep this as OP as hell. All right, so here's the new tier list. So we got rid of the F tier. I decided we were not going to do that, mainly because DE has been making a lot of changes with reworks and buffs and all these stuff lately. And I feel like they covered pretty much everybody. So it's gotten to the point where I don't really feel like anything is considered F tier, except for maybe Oberon. That's it. But I feel like eventually he will be fixed, and he's not completely horrible, but yeah, I think he falls right into C tier, so we might as well just throw him in. We might as well just throw him in there first. So he's the first victim. Where is Oberon? Poor guy. Where's Oberon? Where are you? I don't see him. Am I blind? This is why I like to start from the beginning. I don't see Oberon. Dude, I am blind. Okay, there he is. There he is. There he is. All right. So the reason why we just immediately threw him into the C tier, which is needs a rework and or buff. The reason why is because he's great for regular Warframe. When you take him into Steel Path, it just doesn't feel right. It feels like he's just lacking in all directions. And the major thing that has really ruined healing in this game, which he was considered a pretty nice healer, is that Overguard just overshadowed everything in this game. And I'm going to mention this multiple times throughout the tier list, but Overguard really destroyed the meta of what healers used to be. And he just falls flat. Like basically once a Dante is on the team and he's giving Overguard to the entire team, basically his 3 just stops functioning. I think the 3 is his heal, but you know what I mean? Like that heal just becomes useless. So it would be nice for that ability to have a double meaning, or maybe if they made it so that it pulsates Overguard, how about that? Pulsate Overguard, or maybe even does debuffing. How about something where it strips Overguard from Eximus? How about that? Like, I feel like that would be really awesome. I don't know. There could be something that could be done to him, because poor guy is pretty useless in Steel Path, and I don't really see a reason to ever break him out ever. So yeah, he needs a fix, man. He needs a fix. I used to love Oberon. I used to play him so much, but yeah, poor guy needs some work. All right, let's start from the top now. Now that we got that one out of the way, that was a test. That was a test run. Save my boy Oberon. Save my boy. Yeah, so let's start with Ash. So Ash right here, he was my boy for so many years. I absolutely love the guy. His play style, the invisibility, the new augments that he got. Not that recently, it's been a while, but like the one that gives you crit chance for the whole team, and then also gives what's it called, invisibility for everybody. That's beautiful. Like that's fucking awesome. So they did some nice little changes to him to make him awesome, but he's still lacking. And I really wish what they would do is bring back his former glory of when he used to be able to press the 4 and his little ninjas will come out and just start immediately doing things. It should go back to that again. And the reason why I say this is because it takes too long for the 4 to actually do its thing. By the time you press the 4 to target stuff and you start carpeting, you know, the enemies so that you can target them, and then you press the 4 again so you could send your ninjas at them, all that time you wasted was already time that, you know, another Warframe, a nuke frame, came through and then just destroyed everything before you even got a chance for the ninjas to even appear. You know, so like, I just feel like it's kind of useless, and I really wish that they would change that or just give him a massive buff. So he's falling right into the C tier along with Oberon, because of that reason alone. Otherwise, I think he would be in the amazing tier, which is, I think, what I put him in on the other tier list. Let me see. Where did I put him? Oh, I put him on the B tier in the previous tier list. He was B tier. So yeah, that's the only thing. I'm being a little bit more critical this time because I love him so much, and I really wish that they would do something with him. So yeah, that's that. Oh shit, what did I do? Oh, okay, there we go. I accidentally back clicked. All right, what's the next thing? So let's go to Atlas, my boy Atlas. I fucking love Atlas. I have so much fun with the dude. He is just one punch man, just flying through, doing crazy damage, millions of damage with his punches and all that. That's pretty much all he does, honestly. Like the rest of his kit is just kind of whatever. They made some changes to him, but the thing that I would really love to see with him is, you know, that augment that gives overguard and turns you into one of the pets, basically, so that you can throw rocks at them. I love that, but I really wish that they would make it so that when you throw rocks, you are gaining melee combo multiplier, or at least sustaining it. Because when you're like, let's say there was no mobs around and you're looking around for mobs to, you know, punch or whatever, it would be nice to be able to throw rocks here and there just to kind of like have fun, because I love fun. That's the main reason why I play Warframe. But at the same time, to kind of sustain that combo multiplier. So I really wish that they would change that augment or buff it a little bit. So I think we'll throw him in C tier because of that as well. He needs, you know, some loving, like give him some stuff. Also, like his 2 ability is pretty much useless. Like when the fucker have you ever slapped down that rock wall and done something with it, like throw the rock or whatever? It just feels useless as hell. So I wish they would rework that, change that ability out for something else or whatever. Like that would be nice. But I love Atlas so much. He's one of my favorites. I play him from time to time. Yes, I will be posting this on YouTube, and it will also be on TikTok. Actually, I don't know if I could post it on TikTok now that I think about it, because it doesn't, videos only go up to, oh wait, they go up to like 30 minutes, don't they, on TikTok? Because if they do, I'll post it on TikTok as well. But yeah, we'll see. I'll be posting clips also. Every single Warframe that I'm speaking of right now will have its own individual clip that I will post on TikTok and YouTube Shorts and all that. So yeah. All right, so next one, Banshee. So Banshee. She is another one that I'm sorry to say falls into the C tier. Mainly because her abilities are outdated as hell. She needs a major buff, major rework. And I wish that they would bring her back, just like with Ashe, bring her back to the formal glory of what she used to be, which was just nuking rooms. Like she would sit there, like you press the 4 and she's just vibrating the floor and everything's dying. I hope that they would do something like that, but make it more fun. Like you can actually play your character while it's happening or something, or put it on like a duration. Like it's just like a certain amount of time that she's doing that for, and then you have to refresh it again. That's fine, whatever. But it would be nice to see that happen. A lot of the Warframes are so overpowered now that all these nerfs that they did back in the day to ruin Warframes like Banshee and Ashe and all that, I just feel like they kind of voided it out. So I wish that they would just bring them back to what they used to be. So yeah, we're just gonna leave her in C tier because of that. Baruuk. This was the most controversial Warframe decision that I ever made on my last tier list video, because the last time I put him in F tier. And the reason why I did that was because I just found him to be the most boring Warframe ever. Like I feel like his playstyle is literally pressing like a couple buttons. You press what, the 2 to sustain that little thing around you or whatever. Then you press the 4 and you hold down left click for the rest of the game while you're just going and that's it. Like everything's dying, right? And that, I guess people love that shit, but I don't. I find that to be the most boring shit ever. So that's why he went into the F tier immediately. And he still is that guy right now. But I'm going to try to be fair this time and say that that actually is a valid gameplay and you can go the distance with it. Is it fun? Not really, but he is very strong. So we'll put him in A. We'll slap him right in the middle. We'll give him the A tier. So yeah, he is good. So he got out of the F tier. Congratulations. He did it. All right. So now, this guy. So this is Caliban. Caliban went through a lot of changes. He got a major rework recently, and he's pretty cool to play now. Like the armor stripping works great. He's able to make a bunch of minions, and it's almost like Necro style where he can summon a bunch of stuff and do all sorts of different things with that. And it's cool. Like, it's really cool. I personally don't really care to play Caliban, to be honest, but I would say that his rework was actually pretty successful. And I would slap him personally into the B tier because I personally don't care for him. And of course, this tier list is my opinion, so you can form your own opinion if you want on him. But he's all right. He's great. He's a good guy. So yeah, he's worth it. So he's a good guy. That's it. That's all I gotta say about that. Put Ashe above. No, you'll see the video and the reason why. ashes down there. There's a reason for it. Chroma. So this guy is another one that I really don't care for too much. He's a weapons platform, and he's also a really good tank, and that's like the main thing. If you really want to focus on weapons and all that, then he's the guy. But I just find him kind of personally boring to play also. So I think he falls right next to Caliban with this, and we're just gonna put him at great, because he does bring a lot to the table if you want to focus on weapons and be strong like that. But I don't know, I just find him to be like kind of lackluster. What I really wish that they would do with his 4 is like kind of do something like they did with Jade, where you can actually like turn into a dragon and start flying around. You know how he has that thing where he rips his skin off and the dragon is there? Like, it would be cool to be able to play that or something. I don't know. Like, give him something interesting. But yeah, that's him. That's Caliban. Let's just put him right there. I'm gonna need another drink soon. This makes my throat itchy. All this talking. You think I don't even like the game? Okay. If you think so. Yeah, we'll talk about Sight when we get to him. He's gonna be the next one after my girl right now. So we gotta talk about Citrine. This one, man. This one, she is an absolute beast. If I was gonna say, okay, let's say a new player came into the game and was like, what's the best Warframe in Warframe? I would immediately recommend Citrine. But the problem is that her grind is pretty brutal, and it's not new player friendly to get to that point to be able to do her grind. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't recommend it to a new player. But her, like, if you used her as a brand new person in Warframe, you could literally run around with no mods at all, 0 mods, and do Steel Path with her. No problem. She is unbelievably crazy. So she has the ability to distribute damage resistance to herself and her entire team. So amazing support right there. She's able to grant the ability to like duplicate statuses, and just like, she's basically a primer. Like, she is a freaking weapon platform primer, you know, and she's a god at that stuff. And she's able to distribute red crits for everybody on the team too when they shoot at the little, you know, crystals and all that stuff. So she is unbelievably fucking crazy. And I feel like anybody that sleeps on Citrine needs to wake the hell up and realize that she is god tier. Like, I'm just gonna throw her straight into the, like, she is the best Warframe in this game. Like, I was originally gonna put her in S tier just to like prove a point that she's strong, but she's god tier. Like, there's no question about it. She's easily the best Warframe in this game, hands down. Can't beat her. But yeah. All right, so now let's talk about Sight. So this guy, Sight, I've really been enjoying this guy a lot. I've been playing him like crazy. He's one of my favorite Warframes right now because I really love his playstyle so much. It's so unique, and I feel like DE really paid attention to each of his abilities in his kit, because they all make sense and they all work together. I can't think of a single ability that I would want to subsume on him, because I just love his kit. The only ability that I feel like could use a little bit of fixing is maybe the 3, because the 3 is just kind of annoying to deal with because of the cooldown. And also the major issue that I've been facing lately is I run Sentinels, like I'm running the carrier, and the carrier after a good minute or so will lose the invisibility. So the mobs start shooting at my carrier, and I get hit in the process of that. I'm taking the damage. So it's almost like the invisibility isn't even working. So I feel like that's a bug, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's a bug. So hopefully that gets fixed eventually. It doesn't feel like that's intentional for that to happen. Of course, if you're not using a Sentinel, you probably won't have to deal with that issue, but I'm just pointing that out. But He's an amazing guy. I really love him. The only downside with him is his survivability. He's made out of literally toilet paper. Like, if you went to the Dollar Tree and tried to buy the cheapest toilet paper you could possibly find, Sight's picture would be on it. So that's the big issue with him. So you have to be really careful with him. But other than that, he's so much fun to play. I love him. I play him every day. He's pretty much my main right now. So let's throw him in A tier because he's very, very good. I don't consider him to be OP as hell or an S tier, mainly because of his survivability. Like, he just falls flat sometimes. And also, he's not good at defense missions and interception missions. Those missions, he can kind of fall flat. If you're a really good sniper, then you'll probably get through things, but your objectives are going to have a hard time being held down when they're just shooting at it. You know, like, especially in the defense mission, the enemies start shooting at the objective, they're going to blow that shit up, and there's nothing that Sight can do about it. So that's why he falls into A, because he's not perfect for every situation. And S tier is really the people that can handle every game mode with no issues. So that's why I put S tier to be the way it is. And God tier is just on a level of its own of being the best Warframe in the game. That's basically where I put it. So yeah. What's wrong with Ash? He needs a rework. Like, his 4 needs to be adjusted. I wish that they would bring it back to what it used to be. I really don't see too many purposes in playing Ash too much, and that's why he's down there. I will be releasing a lot of videos, and also this whole thing that I'm talking about, we're discussing today, is going to be on YouTube, and I will try to put it on TikTok, but I think TikTok has a 30-minute limit, so I don't know how long this video is going to be, so we'll see. All right, let's see. So Dagath. Dagath, honestly, to this day, I still haven't made an actual build for her. But the thing that really got me interested in her in the first place was when I did the Deviri, and I was just kind of, you know, exploring different characters, and I played her in the Deviri when I didn't own her yet, and I was very impressed because she felt like Saryn with melee. Like, it felt like a completely different style Saryn. So it was cool. Like, her playstyle is really cool. But I think we're gonna throw her on the great tier, mainly because, like, I really haven't had a reason to want to make a build for her. Like, there's nothing really super impressive about her. I just feel like her playstyle and everything that they've done for her, it feels too familiar, if that makes any sense. So that's why I just kind of feel like it's almost like a copy paste moment with DE. They just kind of slapped it together and just, I don't know, gave us another character. But I mean, she is good. There's nothing wrong with her. But that's why I'm just gonna put her on B and call it a day right there. It's up to you with your own opinion on that. Dante. Oh God, here we go. So Dante, man, I've already said this like 700 million times of how overpowered he is. So he's already like automatically in S tier. But when I think about how strong Dante is in this game, even after the nerfs they did, it's unbelievable. This guy is literally capable of keeping an entire team, including himself, fully overguarded, stripping every enemy in the whole area, basically. It's not traditional stripping. It's more like damage debuffing or whatever that he does. So he kind of like makes enemies easier to kill in that way. So it's almost like armor stripping. And then he's also able to buff damage, and it's just stupid, the amount of stuff that he's able to do. So when I think of the best support character in Warframe, it automatically goes to Dante. Like, if I was ever to say, okay, I'm gonna bring my friends on and I need to play a healer in this game, Dante is automatically the guy I choose. Automatically, like, it's just hands down. So this guy is unbelievably awesome, and for every content, it doesn't matter what it is, he is unbelievable. The only reason why I don't put him into God tier is because he can't really handle every game mode by himself. So, like, for example, defense missions, he's gonna have to work really hard to make sure that the defense objective isn't attacked. or interceptions, he's going to have a little bit of a harder time holding spots down. So he's not perfect, but he's very powerful. So we'll keep him at S tier. Ember. Ember got a rework pretty recently also. She got some buffs and what have you, whatever. And then she got a massive booty that was introduced with her, with her skin that came out. Everybody was obsessing over that one. But as far as like what I was hoping that they would do for her, buff-wise, it seemed like they tried to do it and it kind of worked a little bit. But it's still annoying to have to deal with the flame meter and having to balance that out and all that. It feels like she's a back thought of what Goss was supposed to be. You know, so like Goss like overshadows her in gameplay mechanics because he just functions better. And I wish that DE would have just copy pasted what they did with Goss and put it onto Ember, because it just doesn't feel good to play her. So let's throw her in C tier, because I really wish that they would go back and to the drawing board with the rework and see if maybe they could fix some things or tinker with it to make it a little bit more functional, because it just, that last rework they didn't feel like it was enough. I still don't have any reason to want to ever play her. So yeah, unfortunately we'll just throw her right there. All right, so next we haven't got to Vault yet. Equinox needs love. Let's just throw her straight in the C tier. Equinox, like I feel like a lot of her abilities are just very outdated, so she definitely needs a lot of attention to the way her playstyle is, because she has, or they, because it's two people basically in there. You got the day and the night form, and it's cool the concepts that they can do, but at the same time it just feels impractical a lot of times, and then it feels like she's a weaker version of every other Warframe. So she needs a rework. She needs some love. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they definitely need to do something with her. Excalibur. We just recently talked about him in a video, and I was talking about how I felt like he's mid, and he does bring stuff to the table. I'm not gonna deny that he's actually an excellent melee frame, and he's also pretty good at doing other things. Let's say, like for my build specifically, I went and I replaced the 4 with pillage, and I was having a lot of fun with that aspect of just armor stripping and mixing in melee and also guns, so I can like diverse his playstyle, and that makes him more fun for me. But if you wanted to, you could keep the 4 and then you can go with a stat stick to get like pure red crits and do all this crazy damage through walls and do all that stuff if you want to. So he does have diverse playstyle that can add a lot to the table. But I don't feel like he's the perfect Warframe that I would throw in S tier or anything like that. I feel like he just kind of falls in the amazing tier. I would put him there because he's actually not bad and he's not good either. Like he's just in between. Like he's all right. So it definitely depends on your playstyle and what you prefer. And that's it. And which, by the way, he was in A tier the last time on my last tier list. So he didn't move anywhere, which is good. He did it. He survived. All right, the boy Frost. So the last tier list I did with Frost, I put him in A tier because I didn't understand how brokenly stupid this guy is. Okay, when I got his augments, there's 2 augments in particular that are extremely broken. It's Biting Frost that gives you 200% crit chance and crit damage, and then there's also the Overguard that you get from using your 4. The way the Biting Frost works is when things are frozen, you're giving yourself crit chance and crit damage, right? While also armor stripping with the 4, and you're also giving Overguard to your entire team. Think of how much utility you are bringing to the table right there. Like you are literally the answer to the team right there in all directions. You're healing people basically with the Overguard, and you're also giving everybody free damage capability to all the enemies because you're stripping them. So like it's, and then your crowd control. He's crowd control god. So you know where this guy is going, right? This guy is going beyond the A tier. He is in god tier because this guy is literally for every single content. You want to do a defense mission? I got you. You want to do a survival mission? I got you. You want to do the deep Archimedes? I got you. No problem. You want to go fight that tank boss in 1999? I got you. No problem. Like, he is literally the best Warframe in the game. Like, right there, right next to Citrine, man. They are both beautiful. So yes, he is absolutely crazy. And if you guys are sleeping on Frost, wake your asses up because you need to see the amazingness of him. So yeah, that's him. All right, so now this is Cora. Who is this? No, that's Gara, right? I think that's Gara. Hold on, I think that's Gara, right? This is Gara. I think it is. Maybe I'm getting confused with Cora. Yeah, I'm getting confused with Cora. Yeah, this is Gara. All right, so Gara. Gara, she needs some buffs, man. I'm throwing her into C tier immediately. She needs buffs. She needs to catch up to what the other frames are doing. There's so many like crazy Warframes now that she's gotten overshadowed in a lot of ways. Gara used to be considered one of my mains because of how crazy she was for doing open world like bosses and things like that. I used to bring her for like everything. And now it's gotten to the point where she just doesn't scale fast enough, especially on Steel Path. She doesn't scale enough. So when you're sitting there making your shield and then breaking it, making your shield and breaking it, you're scaling your damage, right? But it doesn't scale fast enough to actually catch up to fighting like level cap enemies and all that stuff. So you'll be sitting there for days trying to do that shit just to get to the point where, you know, it's good enough. But then the worst thing happens in between that. One, you could fall asleep on the duration and end up like losing your buff, or even worse, a nullifier walks through the door with their stupid bubble and ruins your day and gets rid of all your stacks immediately. And then you got to start from square one all over again of building your thing. So it feels horrible, that gameplay style. So she needs either a massive buff, not a rework. I wouldn't give her a rework because I feel like her kit is so well made. Like everything works with each other. And that's what I love when DE does that, is when they make each ability like work with each one. Like they all have a purpose. And in this case, like all her abilities have a purpose. But she needs a buff. That's it. That's all she needs is a buff. And then she'll fly straight up to OP as hell immediately. But yeah, she's C tier. What were the issues with Equinox? She's just outdated. That's it. She needs to get buffed. I think you need to rank a Warframe in one of the topics in the tier. This isn't it. What? And let me see. Where did I put Gara? Oh yeah, look. In the last tier list, I put Gara in the A tier. Same with Frost. They were both in A tier last year. All right, so now Garuda. I've been getting a lot of questions lately of Garuda. I have to work on my build because I really love Garuda's playstyle. She's a lot of fun to play. She feels like playing like some like vampire werewolf type character that just pounces on things and does all sorts of crazy damage, and it's fun. It's really fun playing her. And honestly, I would just throw her straight into A tier. Mainly because her kit still works very well. And there's still a lot that she brings to the table. She's not OP by any means. I just feel like she's well balanced, and she does bring enough to the table to really enjoy Warframe. Like if I was gonna recommend to a new player like an enjoyable, fun Warframe, I would definitely recommend Garuda. Like she's excellent. She's good, very good. Goss. All right, so let's talk about Goss because I was rough on him last year too. Which Goss, I put him. Where did I put him? I put him on B tier, which is the great tier, and I got a lot of controversy for that last year. And the main reason why I threw him in the B tier is because I kind of felt like he wasn't really bringing a whole lot to the team when I do use him, but as you start to realize when you're playing with him a little bit more, it's more for fun than anything else. Like, the augment that I really like is the one where you smash into the wall and then it creates a vortex that pulls enemies to it like mags pull. And moments like that is what makes Goss a lot of fun to play, where you're zooming through the map and just like I wish that the motion of while you're running wasn't so janky, because like when you're trying to control Goss while he's running like that, it's like the movement is in slow motion, where moving left to right just is not tight enough. It feels like driving like a tank or some shit. Like, it doesn't feel right. I wish that they would do something with that to fix the way that works. Kind of similar to what they did with the motorcycle in 1999. That actually feels nice. And then they got the slide thing too, where you can slide around corners. So if you were able to do something like that with Goss, I feel like it would make Goss like way more fun to play when it comes to just running around and stuff. So with the fun factor alone, I'll throw him in A tier, because not only is he very good for nuking rooms, you can do all sorts of crazy stuff with him damage wise, but also he kind of works as like a weapon platform at the same time with the way he scales the crit chance, and what else? He also scales like the fire rate of weapons and stuff. So things get kind of crazy when you actually like, you know, send him into overdrive and do all that stuff. So yeah, he's nice. He's fun. He's a good guy. So we'll throw him in A. I don't find him to be OP. Like, he's definitely balanced well enough. And then his boy, this is Grendel. Grendel, I absolutely love Grendel. Grendel is probably one of my favorite characters in the game just because of fun factor. Let's just throw him straight into A tier right next to his boy, Goss. He got a new augment recently that lets you, use the fort to vomit the enemy, and then it just throws gas all over the place, and the damage you can do with that is insane. Like, that's right there enough to nuke rooms, just sitting there as a ball rolling around and spitting at everybody and all that. Like, it's actually fun to play him. I love his kit so much. And of course, Grendel is mainly used for nourish on his Hemlift, so people love just feeding him to the Hemlift all day. But I feel like more people need to just like sit down for a second and actually play him, so they can see what I'm talking about, because he's just so much fun to roll around in a ball with and then just eat things and stuff and, and vomit them. Like, that's basically what he does. He's just fun, man. He's a fun guy. So yeah, I love playing him from time to time, and we'll throw him in A tier. I think he's good. He's balanced. Yeah, I know. We need Citrine Prime, man. We need him. I need another drink. My throat is getting dry now. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. On Thomas, thanks for all the gifts. Appreciate it. Yeah, and I'm posting this video on YouTube and also on TikTok. I'll try on TikTok. I have to see how long that's gonna be. As long as it's less than 30 minutes long, I could post it on TikTok. We'll see. And then I'll be also making clips of every single Warframe. So you'll be seeing that over, you know, the month or next couple months or so of each one. That way you guys could see your favorite one if you want to jump straight to that. Hopefully I can get this video done today. I don't know. I'm going to try to edit it today. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to make any promises though. Move up Grendel, Baruuk, Sites, Goss. Oh, might as well just put all of them in God tier and call it a day, right? Just have no opinion. Just everything's good. Yay, everybody wins a golden medal. Woo! I mean, would you really want that? At the end of the day, like, it's kind of like, you know, those kids that go to school and they're playing like on the baseball team, and then they're seeing their son or their daughter playing baseball, and they're like, oh man, he didn't get a medal. Oh, that's some bullshit. But then they end up just giving medals to every single one. No, everybody's a winner. Woohoo! Everybody's a winner. Woohoo! Like, what's the purpose of that? Seriously, why would you want that? That shouldn't ever be a thing. Everybody's a winner, guys. Let's just put them all in God tier. Ooh, you're about to be disappointed, Quack. You're about to be real disappointed. Everybody's a winner. Woohoo! Everybody won. All right, so let's see. Next one. This is what's her name? Not Gara. What's her name? Geyer. All right, so this is Geyer right here. Geyer, the last time, I'm pretty sure I rated her pretty high on the last tier list. She is, where is she? She's on OP as hell, S tier, and nothing has changed since then. Nothing at all. So right there, plop. And the reason why is because she is what I wished Ember would go back to, because she is basically Ember in her prime, where she could just put her abilities down and run through the map and everything is dying and everything's just dead. Blah. Like, she is OP as hell. So yes, automatic S tier. Don't really have to explain it. Like, the ones that know her know that she's crazy. Haro. This is a guy that I feel like a lot of people don't really play anymore. Like, I rarely see Haros on teams. And, you know, he brings a lot to the table. He's actually really good at giving shields and healing and doing all those things, especially the crit chance thing that he does, where he scales all that and all that, those things. Giving basically unlimited energy to the team and all that. Because a lot of people like to talk about Trinity giving energy all the time, but Haro is that guy also. And he's able to do that with his gameplay, which makes him a lot of fun to play. So let's just throw him straight into A tier. He's not OP, but he's definitely very good and well balanced. So A tier. And I feel like the A tier in general is Warframes that just feel good. Like, they feel good enough to do the job that they got to do and get the hell out. And that's basically what it is. All right, so Hildren. And Hildren just got a new augment recently with the 4, because before, what I was doing with her build is I was subsumed. I subsumed the 4 for Sevagoth's Gloom. And that was really good. It worked well with that. But now with the new augment on the 4, you're able to fly around and shoot the gun faster, and like it just feels better. So I think she's a lot more fun to play now than before. And also she's able to do every single content in this game, no problem. So S tier. She's going into S tier. I don't know where I put her the last time. Let's see. She was A tier last year. So yeah, let's just keep her in S tier. She is very good. Excellent. So yeah. She good. She graduated. Hydroid. Oh no. This is the one that I've been asked a million times about this dude, and they always ask me my opinion, and I always say the same thing every time. I just think he's ass. And the main thing that I really loved about the last Hydroid, Hydroid, before they reworked him, was the 3 and how you can turn into a puddle and just kind of like move around as a puddle and grab things with your tentacles to like pull them into the puddle. It was just fun. I love doing that. It just reminded me so much of Grendel. And that was the best. When they changed his ability to do all this buffing of armor and damage and all that, it just turned him into a basic fucking like weapon platform character. Like we haven't seen that before, aka Chroma, so like just throw him in B. Like I don't feel like he needs a rework or anything or a buff or anything like that. I just think he's very average. So I'm just gonna throw him right there in B, and that's it. Call it a day. All right, Inaros. Inaros has been through a lot of hell, like a lot of ups and downs and all sorts of stuff. Last time I had him on the tier list as needs a rework bad, so F tier. And of course we got rid of the F tier this time, mainly because of I feel like DE has been doing a lot of changes to adjust a lot of warframes and make them better, and augments that made them better and all that stuff. So there is technically no F tier in this game. There is no bad warframe. There's warframes that could use buffs, but that's it. Like everything is good. You could play all of them. So with Inaros, he is definitely not F tier anymore, especially after his rework, where his 3 is able to grab enemies with the tornado and pull them to your feet so that you can ground slam them and do millions of damage, no problem. I use him with the dual Icar and Karnan, and you just literally watch the world burn with that. You pull them, they're at your feet, you slaughter them, and then you watch basically almost like Saryn's gas spreading through the whole entire map. It is insane what he does with that combo. So, and you can use that with pretty much any weapon, but dual Icar is probably my favorite to use with him. And I think we're gonna throw him in the S tier. We did it. I know a lot of people are probably like, what the fuck? Like you're crazy if you really think that. I fucking love Inaros now. He's to the point where I could bring him into any mission type, no problem, and handle it. He can handle it. He's not God tier, but he's very good, and his rework is excellent now. So he's 100% worth playing now. He's a good guy. The only thing that I feel like could be adjusted is maybe giving him a little bit of shield or overguard so that he can shield gate or something, because there's moments where you can get even one tapped even when you have thousands of armor stacked up. You could still get one shotted. So that's the only downside, but that's so far and in between. It doesn't happen that often. So that's why we'll keep him at S tier. Otherwise he would have ended up in A if I felt like his survivability was bad. But yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's a good guy. Ivara immediately goes in the C tier. The reason why is because she's super outdated. All her abilities need to be altered. They all need to be buffed. She needs a rework also. Like, she just needs a total change. Like, just change her whole body. Because at this point, she is easily the worst spy mission character when you compare it to Wisp and also Wukong. They can fly through the map in 2.5 seconds and do the same job that Ivara was able to do in way less time and with way less effort. So it's gotten to the point where Ivara is just completely useless. It just doesn't feel like there's any situation I would want to bring Ivara in for anything. Like, it doesn't matter what mission type. And the main reason why I used to use her a lot back in the day was because of spy missions, because I wanted to just casually walk through the beams and not have any issues. But now we got Wukong, man. Like, why would we waste time on Ivara? Like, she needs a rework. So please do it. Do it. Jade. All right, Jade. I love Jade. She is kind of teetering between S tier and A tier. And like, the thing that I really love about her is that she's able to do so much for the team, and also just to like nuke. Like, she can nuke rooms all day just staying there flying with the helicopter mode. She's basically the Call of Duty, airdrop, what's it called? You know when you get the kill streak and then you call the helicopter with the laptop and then you start shooting down at your enemies and stuff. That's what Jade is. She is that. And every time I play her, I just feel like I'm in that mode. I'm just playing Call of Duty with the fucking air support thing. So like, it's a lot of fun to play her. Her survivability sometimes has issues here and there. It's not like terrible or anything. So that's why I was kind of teetering between the two. But I think she's gonna go to S tier. Let's just throw her in S tier because she's very good, man. She's so good. Like, I could bring her into any mission type and not really have too much issues. So I love her. Like, she's very good. Armor stripping, she does a lot. Like, she's good, man. She's good. Korra is one of those frames where, like, when you're a beginner and you don't have modding or anything, she can be probably one of the best defense frames to bring onto a group, and she can handle pretty much everything you can throw at her as far as survivability and all that stuff. And that's what makes her so good. When you get a nice build on her, like the one I got, wink wink, then you could be doing massive red crits, making it rain just damage, and it's just crazy the amount of damage you can do with that. The only downside with that build is that it's pretty expensive and or time consuming, so it's not something that a new player can achieve, not for at least a good 50 or so hours or 100 hours. If that was like your goal to like chase that build, then it's gonna take you a while. So it's not the easiest to do, but she is extremely powerful, so we'll throw her immediately into S tier. Which I think she was S tier last time also, wasn't she? Where was she? No, I put her as B tier last year. Wow. So that must have been before I made her crazy build. But yeah, she's pretty disgusting when you actually make the crazy build. Yeah, it's a very expensive build, yeah. What are the top two? That's Frost and Citrine. All right, so next one. Oh God, this is the one I've been getting a lot of mixed reactions about. This is Kumi, and I know I'm mispronouncing it. And I do it for a reason because I don't like her at all. She's already automatically C tier. I feel like she needs a rework already. Though her gameplay style just feels like a hindrance, the entire thing. And it's not because she's a horrible frame or anything. She can handle Steel Path no problem. She can walk through mobs and do all that stuff. Weapon platform, blah, 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 whatever you want to call it. The thing that bothers me the most about her is the thing that's her gimmick, which is the RNG gambling or whatever. And the thing that is horrible about the way her, like, what's it called? What's the things called? The Deviri things? You guys know what I'm talking about? The Deviri bullshit? Decree. Okay, thank you. TY, thank you. So the thing that bothers me about the decree system with her is that it doesn't work with the gameplay style of Warframe. God. You know how let's say you're doing an exterminate mission, you're running through the map or whatever, and you put the decree on to do something. It will say kill like 20 enemies with while wall latching or something, and that's something that you will probably not realistically be able to do, especially when you're on with a group of people. You're not gonna be able to wall latch and get that mission done in a reasonable amount of time to get those decree to be able to, you know, do something more with your life, with her character. So it feels like in most situations outside of endless survival where you're staying there for an hour or something, it doesn't feel like her kit works too well. It just feels like it's just kind of bleh. Like it's impractical. And that's the reason why I don't like her at all. So what I wish that they would do is change the way that decree thing works. Maybe if they just give you the decree, or maybe even give you a choice, that would be nice too, so that when you finish the challenge, it gives you a choice of the 3 decrees, the same way it does in Deviri. That way you get to choose a good one or roll it or whatever. Like, something needs to happen with that to make it a little bit more like fun to do those things. I don't care for her playstyle at all. So yeah, she needs a rework. That's it. Calervo. Last year, I think I put him in S tier. Yeah, he was in S tier last year, and he definitely stays right up there also. He's very strong for like every content. The only thing he kind of falls flat on is defense missions, but other than that, he's able to handle anything you throw at him. He gives himself unlimited overguard as long as you're able to remember to put it back on. That's all you got to do is press the 2. He's able to endlessly give himself what's it called, melee, maybe the melee combo multiplier. So he's able to endlessly do that, so he can keep himself capped out all the time, especially with the 4. And the cool thing about the new augment that came out is that you can use the teleport to move the 4 around to where you are. So what I like to do is just kind of like traverse the map, let's say during an exterminate, and just put the 4 on and then just like set it and forget it, basically, by teleporting through the map, getting some kills, teleporting through the map, getting some kills, and you're refreshing the 4, and you're also giving yourself the melee combo multiplier. So it's so much fun to just kind of play him with any game mode you want while also destroying everything. So he is literally the god of war. He is awesome, and I highly recommend him. Yeah, so he's good. You can do what I did, which is add armor stripping to him with the 3. Like, I replaced the 3 with that. Or you can keep the 3 and then stay using weapons if you want, and take advantage of his, like, you know, multi-hit thing. So like, let's say if you wanted to use a sniper, you can use a sniper to hit somebody and it'll kill everybody in the area. It's almost like Sight's ability, where he's able to you know, snipe them, and you know, as long as he gets a headshot, he's able to, you know, kill multiple things in the area. So Calervo is able to do something similar, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, you can play them how you want. The god tier warframes are Frost and Citrine. Do I love Warframe? I wouldn't be playing this game if I didn't. I would have been quit years ago. That's a lie. I can't believe you guys think that I hate this game. God forbid somebody got to be critical. We haven't got to Corvex yet. We got a long way to go for Corvex. All right. Lavos. This guy, he's going to be getting a prime soon, pretty sure. So probably by the end of the month, they're going to be announcing that. But anyway, with Lavos, I've personally found Lavos to be the most annoying Warframe to play. It's mainly because of a quality of life thing, and that's the reason why I put him in the C tier, only because of that. Otherwise, he would be up in A tier with the rest of them. with all the cool crew. The reason why I put him in C tier is because after Sight came out, and you see how functional his 2 is, where you're able to choose an element and call it a day, and it just works. I wish that they would do something like that with Lavos. If they would do something like that with Lavos, I would immediately put him in the A tier and call it a day. But it just feels annoying to have to deal with setting your element and then pressing the ability and then losing the element. And then now you got to set it again. 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 4, 2, 4, 2. You know, like it is super annoying to play it like that. And it keeps your brain only thinking about what you're doing properly instead of just having fun. So yeah, that would be the only major quality of life thing I would like to see them fix. And maybe buffing some of his abilities a little bit would be nice. He could use a buff. Why not? But he is a strong Warframe though. He's very good, but I think he could use more. So that's why we put him in the C tier. Limbo. This is somebody that a lot of people hates. A lot. And the reason why people hate Limbo so much is because they think about all the torture of people like me that used to main Limbo and used to make everybody's life a living hell. I would purposely banish people just to see what they would do, especially since back in the day, I forgot that they didn't add a way to roll out of the banish. So you were just stuck in Limbo's world and you couldn't do anything about it. And me and my friend used to love trolling people, man. It was just so much fun to watch people angry. I don't know what it was, but I don't know. I guess we were fucking narcissists or something. I don't know. But it was just hilarious to watch people cry. So I loved Limbo so much because of that. But I can recognize that Limbo has fallen off a lot. Like, he needs a major buff. And also, I would like for them to do some nice stuff to him to make people less annoyed for Limbos. It would be nice if they actually added maybe the ability to be able to shoot in and out of Limbo's bubble. That way people can stop bitching. Also, it would be nice that if you were in your bubble, that Eximuses couldn't just immediately shoot through it and destroy your ass in a second. Because I just feel like with Limbo's abilities, he's supposed to be going into an alternative universe or whatever in his own world. So why are Eximuses able to one-shot him in his own world? That doesn't make any sense. And I understand that that has a lot to do with the crowd control fixes or changes that they did to Eximus. But I feel like Limbo should have an exception. And I feel like that's the only one that really should get an exception because of that. So Limbo needs love, man. Give Limbo some love, please. I love that guy so much. And buff him. Yeah. Please. Please. Loki. This guy, I think he was F tier the last time on the last tier list. Yes, he was. He was F tier. Needs a rework bad. Guess what? He got a lot of changes last year. He got a new augment. They buffed the hell out of his decoy. His decoy is very useful now. Like, it's so useful that it's to the point where you could put the decoy in front of or like next to a defense object, and the enemies will just stay shooting at the decoy, but the decoy is like a tank. That thing will just stay there as a bullet sponge, just absorbing everything. And also it spreads statuses if you have the actual augment for it. So he's very good now. Like, he's actually doing stuff. It's not nearly as good as the other Warframes. So that's why we're putting him in A tier. But he is still very good with the changes that they did make. So bravo. Good job, buddy. You did it. You made it. You got up the tier. So he's a good guy, man. I really recommend you guys try him out with all the changes that he's done or they've given to him. All right, Mag. So automatic S tier, but we'll be discussing a little bit more about her. But she, like, you know what's the interesting thing about Mag is that you could literally pick Mag as your very first character the moment that you start your account. And I feel like a lot of people fall asleep on that because they're too busy looking at Excalibur's cutscene. It's like, if you look back and you watch the cutscene of Excalibur like using the MK1 Paris and shooting down a ship, you know, like like it makes you feel like Excalibur is fucking crazy, like he's the best character in the game. And like I feel like a lot of people overshadow Mag, like they don't even think about Mag because they're just like, yo, Excalibur looks insane. So that's why most new players just go straight for Excalibur, and that sucks. But Mag is unbelievably overpowered, especially when you make the right build. If you don't have a build, she's still extremely powerful. But the whole thing is the learning curve of her style of play. A lot of people are not accustomed to how it works. And I've talked about this before. I actually made a guide video on how to play her. She's pretty self-explanatory, but I feel like it goes over a lot of people's heads. Like pull means pull, magnetize means magnetize. You know, like it should be obvious, but it really isn't to a lot of people. They just kind of go bloop. So she is absolutely overpowered. She's able to go endless for the rest of her life, level cap, all that bullshit. She's able to do anything you want in the game, all game modes, all that stuff. She can handle the entire game. So this is the reason why she's kind of treading the god tier. And I'm kind of like, I think I'm gonna drop her in the god tier because she is fucking crazy. And if you guys are sleeping on Mag, you are sleeping on Warframe. Seriously, like she is absolutely busted. So yeah, we'll leave her in the god tier. All right, Mesa. So she's really fucking cool. Like I gotta admit, like basically with her playstyle, she's just literally a gunslinger. She just goes around, like she's just so much fun to just kind of like feel like a badass the entire time while just like she just feels awesome. Especially when you get a good build on her, she's able to not only crowd control and rip people's weapons away from them, but also at the same time, she's just slaughtering with the 4, like all day. Like it's crazy. So she is automatically S tier. I'm not putting her in God tier mainly because she's not perfect. Her survivability can kind of fall apart sometimes. Especially when enemies are shooting like rockets at you and stuff, and the explosion damage does damage to you. That could be enough to kill you. So you got to be really careful in those situations. But yeah, she's excellent. She is excellent. So yeah, she's right there in S tier, which she was S tier last year also. So yeah, she hasn't moved. What's this? Mirage? Yep, Mirage. So Mirage was S tier last year, and she's S tier again because she's excellent. And the main reason why is because she's able to basically just like slaughter entire rooms all day with her disco ball. She's pretty much invincible running around. Like it's kind of crazy what you can do with her. So yeah, she's right there. She's good. She's good. She's automatic. And yes, this will be on YouTube. It will also be on TikTok. No, Mesa doesn't have overguard. She has basically a shield that's similar to Goss's shield, where it like deflects bullets or whatever. It's kind of like that thing. Yeah, I rated Goss already. He's A tier. My favorite Warframe is Zephyr. And Zephyr is the very last one on the list. All right, Necros. Necros got some changes recently. He actually got a little bit of buffage, so they did some nice things to him. I personally find Necros to be kind of boring to play, so I'm not like super like into him or anything. But he does handle every game mode nicely. He feels very balanced, so I feel like he falls straight into A tier because of that. So he's able to do everything you want him to do and more, and he's a good guy, so why not? Like, I feel like he's good. We'll just leave him at A. He's not overpowered, and he's not underpowered. He's just right. Feels good. Nezha. Nezha got some changes recently also, and Nezha actually is pretty strong also. So I feel like falls right there into A tier also. Might as well. Because armor stripping, got a lot of nuking capabilities, tanking, so able to do it all. Why not? Yeah, A tier. Nidus. Once again, I don't see a purpose in playing him anymore. I really don't. And Nidus used to be my main. I used to play the shit out of Nidus all day, every day. I was all about Nidus. I did his grind. It took me like a month and a half for me to do his grind. It was that horrible, but I was so determined to get the guy. And I just feel like the moment Steel Path was introduced, he kind of fell flat. He's not really as reliable as he used to be. And the main reason why is that he doesn't have any shield gating capabilities. He doesn't have any way to give overguard or anything like that. So there's a lot of moments where if, for example, a nullifier walked through the door and you had a tethered target, because the tether is very important to keep you alive so that you can basically negate a lot of the damage and it all goes to the tether. Well, the problem with that is that a nullifier can just walk in, nullify the fucking target, and while you're distracted shooting at stuff and just kind of trying to survive, you didn't have the tether on and you're sitting there with your pants down. Like literally you have your pants to the floor and they will look at you and go, blah, one-shotted, you're dead. And those are the moments that happen pretty often if you're not paying attention with him. And that's the main reason why I don't like Nidus right now. It just feels unreliable to play him. So I feel like he needs a rework and he also needs a major buff. The thing that I would really like to see with a rework with him is maybe how the 4 works. You know how like all those little creatures start coming out and they start running around like distracting. What I wish that you could do with that as well is have the creatures come to you and they like leech onto your character and they make a shield. Like it's almost like they're making an extra layer of skin, which is overguard, right? And the overguard basically can stack with those little creatures. That would be awesome. I would love to see something like that. I would definitely play Nidus if they did something like that. But yeah, I just and also the tether. If the tether is so unreliable, so I wish that they would do something better with that as well. If they made the tether similar to maybe Trinity's ability, you know how Trinity has like those little tether things that grab onto the enemies as you're kind of just living your life. I wish the tether worked like that. If the tether worked like that, then we wouldn't have any problems anymore. So yeah, he goes straight into C tier because of all this. He needs a rework. You haven't played in years? Yeah, it's definitely a good time to get back into it. Yeah, Naros is a W, man. I put him up in S tier. He's very good. Like, especially after the rework they did, he's excellent now. He's very good. He graduated, man. Like, look at this big graduation from last year. I had him as F tier, needs a rework bad. That's where I had Inaros. And now he's S tier. That was a big deal. You made Nidus and it hurts. I mean, it shouldn't hurt what I said. I really hope that they buff him to make him better. Why wouldn't you guys want to see him get better? You know, I feel like we need this criticism. We need to stop like ignoring the problems and actually say what's wrong so that hopefully DE can do something about it. Maybe they'll say, you know what? Yeah, Nidus does need a rework. All right, fuck it. We'll do it. And that's it. That would be nice, man. All right, so now Nova got some major changes recently. Super buffs. Like, she is automatic S tier. And I think last year, where did I put her? Where did I put Nova last year? I don't know where I put her. Am I blind? Oh, I put her at C tier. Could use a rework or a buff. C tier. So that was last year. Like, she got a rework slash, well, it's not a rework. She got mainly a buff, like a major buff, and her abilities got some quality of life stuff. The major thing that was really, really welcomed in her buff was that they changed the way the 4 works so that you can like press the 4 to slow enemies and then you hold the 4 to speed them up. So that's so amazingly needed. And that was the main thing that I hated about playing Nova back in the day, was having to change to a different build just to do slow Nova, or change to a different build to do the speed one. That was annoying as fuck. So I'm really glad that they made that change. And then also they made a lot of adjustments to the way the 2 works. The 2 is like so much better now. And yeah, she's good, man. She's good. She's very good. So she's right there at the OP as hell. I wouldn't put her in God tier. I would leave her at S. I think S is perfect for her. Nyx just got a major buff thing with the 1999, and she's a lot more interesting to play now too. They changed the way the 4 works, and now it's like a duration based thing. If you're using the augment, then you can still continue to have it be a toggle and you're walking around with it or whatever. But it's pretty interesting the way they kind of changed the 2 to, or the 4 to just let you fly around and all that and absorb all the damage. And then you're able to scale that with the 3 when you're confusing enemies. You can scale the 4 up. And then also the 2 is able to basically armor strip. It's not traditional armor stripping, but it's similar to it because it's like basically weakening the enemies. So that's really good. And then the 1 is able to scale like crazy with that. So you're able to make an enemy your pet and make them do thousands and thousands of % of damage. And it's just insane. So yeah, she's pretty awesome now. I feel like she's balanced. So let's throw her in A tier because of that. And I might as well just change this instead of to amazing. I'll just change it to balanced. There we go. So just balanced. The main reason why I changed that is because like I just feel like the A tier in general is the standard of where Warframe should be sitting. That way things are not underpowered and they're not overpowered either. Like they just feel just right. And A tier is that. Like they feel good. We can leave them alone now. Like they're all right. My back is kind of hurting now. Yeah, Baruuk is on the A tier. All right, so what's her name? Octavia. Octavia was S tier last year, pretty sure. Yep, she was S tier last year. So she's automatic in S tier this year again. And the main reason why is because new player style, like if I was going to recommend a powerful Warframe for a new player, she would be one of those, mainly because she could literally go into Steel Path with no mods at all and still be able to wipe groups. No problem. She is incredibly overpowered. But also at the same time, she's just strong with every game mode. Like there's nothing that she can't do. The only problem with her is that she gets kind of boring to play after a while. Her playstyle isn't like the most fun or anything, but the things that she's able to do and accomplish is pretty insane. So yeah, she's very good. So S tier. Protea, my girl. So she is awesome with every single game mode you could throw at her. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's a defense mission, a survival, if you want to just like armor stripping, you can do all that with her new augments and all that. Like especially the newest one with the turret, where you're able to put the turret on you and just run around with the turret on your shoulder. Oh my god, like it's fucking stupid. Like she is just god tier automatic. She is god tier automatic. Like there's nothing that you can't do with Protea in this game. Every game mode she is busted. So Yes, she's a god. Corvex. I haven't played Corvex in a long time, I'll be honest. I haven't played him like since he was released. And he's a really good tank, and he's able to do some nice damage too. He's good. He's really good. I kind of feel like he could probably use some buffing a little bit. So I think we'll put him in B tier. Mainly because like I don't really feel like he's super amazing or anything. I don't really feel like he's balanced either. Like he's just great. He's great. But yeah, we'll just leave him in B tier. I don't think he needs a rework or anything. He could use like a little bit of buffs, like a little bit, like nothing crazy. It would be nice to see it. Revenant. Revenant is the guy that I'm always recommending new players all the time. And the main reason why is because he is literally invincible. There's nothing that he can't achieve. Like you can just walk through maps, no problem, not have any issues. You can use weapons, you can use your abilities. You want to spin to win with the 4, you can do that too. And it does work in Steel Path as well if you actually build it right. I see a lot of people always bitching saying like, oh man, the Steel Path, you can't use the fucking spinning. That's bullshit. Those are people with shitty builds. So let's just call him out right now. But yeah, he's a good guy, man. And I really feel like he's kind of lost a lot of power over the years with all the newer Warframes that are just incredibly crazy. So we're just put him in A tier. I feel like he's just balanced right now, mainly because like last year, I think I had him in OP as hell, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I had him in OP as hell last year, and things changed a lot, you know, like as far as like reworks and new frames being introduced and all that. Like I just feel like he kind of dropped a little bit. So I feel like the only one that dropped down to A tier, but it's not a bad thing because A tier I feel like is still a good place to sit. Like I said, it's just balanced. Like he's not overpowered and he's not weak either. He's just good. And I would highly recommend Revenant all day, every day to new players all the time. He's very good. Rhino. I saw a lot of people asking about Rhino a little while ago. So Rhino is very similar to Revenant. So I'll put him right there, right next to him. And the main reason why I say that is because he does basically the same thing where he's able to just give himself nice survivability to be a tank and all that. But the difference with him is that he has the ability to do crowd control as well really nicely. So that helps a lot. And then if you want to throw in some armor stripping with like pillage or any of those things, you could too if you want to. It's not really necessary or anything, but you can if you want. Then he's able to scale a lot of damage with his roar, so he can give himself a lot of, you know, power and all that. So like he's pretty diverse and he's actually a team player at the same time, so it's nice. The thing that I forgot to mention about Revenant also is that he's able to distribute with his augment the 2 to everybody on the team, so he's able to make the whole team powerful if you wanted to. So that's a good thing about Revenant also. And every time I recommend new players Warframes, I always say Rhino or Revenant. It's always between those two because they both feel very good tank wise while also giving you the ability to, you know, try other things with their kit and have fun. So yeah, they're both very balanced. I feel like they're both very good. Saryn, where did I have Saryn the last time? I think I had her as S tier, I thought. No, she's on A tier. She's sitting on A tier. This time around, I feel like, you know, Saryn is an excellent character. She's after all the years that have passed, she's still considered one of the best in the game, mainly because of the spores and just the amount of damage she's able to do. Especially like if you look at my build, I focused it a lot on just trying to survive, because like the big thing that I really didn't like about Saryn, and the main reason why I rated her as A tier before, was because of her survivability. It's just so iffy. So you really need to build for it to work properly. So like if you do the Molt build, which is able to heal back, and if you give her like a good amount of armor and stuff like that, she's able to handle it a little bit more and take the punishment. But my favorite way to build her, if you check out my build, link in the bio, I did Ivara's arrow replaced on top of the molt skin, and the reason why I did that was so that I can make myself invisible. So I shoot the arrow on the floor, I'm invisible, and then I'll sit there sporing everything, and everything's just dead. Like nothing's ever gonna survive at that point, and I'll survive all day. So that's why I really enjoy her a lot more now than I did before, because before she was just literally wet toilet paper. She would just melt to anything. So we'll throw her into OP as hell. She graduated, she went up, so she's on the S tier. Congratulations. Sevagoth. To this day, I've never really cared about Sevagoth, I'll be honest, but I can't deny that Sevagoth is actually still a very good Warframe. He's able to nuke rooms. He's actually a lot of fun to play with that 4 where he's able to run around as that creature thing and just swiping at stuff. I don't know, it's just interesting to kind of like have diverse play style with him. And I feel like we can throw him in the A tier mainly because he doesn't feel overpowered and he doesn't feel weak either. Like he's nice. He's in a good spot. So that's why he's in A tier. He's a good guy. Stynax. Stynax, the big major thing that I absolutely love about Stynax is his his deluxe skin. I fucking love it so much. The Mayan thing, oh my god, like they went all out with it. It's just absolutely beautiful. Like I gotta just pull it up real quick because it's just so amazing. I wish that I could use his skin on other characters because he's just so beautiful. Look at this. Look at this shit. He's such a gorgeous man. Look at this. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. Probably like my favorite fashion in this game, man. Like it's incredible. But I love it so much. And that's the only reason why I like playing Stynax is because I just love this skin and that's it. Like the thing, like if I had to explain his abilities, honestly, like the thing that I love about Stynax is that he's able to give overguard to the entire team. So he's able to do that with an augment. So when you're sitting around doing the 4 and just like rah, throwing the spears and all that, you're giving overguard to everybody, and it also looks cool as shit. And the sound effect of him screaming and all that is cool as hell. So like, he's definitely that Spartan warrior thing. My build, if you check out the link in my bio, is focused on melee with it, where I replaced the 1 and I replaced it with Kalervo's ability so I can get the red crits and we can, you know, have fun with that and teleport and do all those things. So it's fun playing him like that. Like it makes him feel like a Spartan warrior and all that. So he's cool, man. He's just really cool. I'll put him in A tier because he's not overpowered or anything. He's just at the right spot. All right, so now Titania, like I wouldn't throw her in C tier only because like she is very strong. She's very powerful if you build her right. Especially if you do that one build where you fly through the map with like Goss's ability and just like nuke the rooms with that, you can do some crazy stuff. And then also her guns are insane, you know. So like she's able, especially with that augment, that she's able to like ramp up her speed and make her like fire rate insane and all that. She can do a lot of damage and do a lot of stuff, you know, but I just find her playstyle to be kind of boring. It's usually always the same thing. You're just flying around as a butterfly and that's it. Like there really isn't much diversity to her playstyle. So that's why like she's treading the line of being C tier and going into B tier for me. And I honestly, I kind of wish she would get a rework. I will be honest. I really do. So I'm going to throw her in C tier just because I really hope that they can do something with her and buff her abilities, maybe even rework. Like there's, I think it's the third ability in her kit. It just feels useless. Like it feels like it does nothing. So if they could just change that ability out for something else, I feel like that would be way better for her. So yeah, please give her a rework. Otherwise, if she didn't need any adjustments, I probably would have put her in A tier and just left her there. But yeah, she's C tier for now. Yeah, the lantern. Yeah, it's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like there's a few abilities just feel pointless. So she needs some adjustments. Trinity. She just recently got some changes, like little buffs and stuff like that. They did some quality of life with her too. Like, for example, they changed her what's it called? They changed her passive and they make it like scale crit chance or something like that. And then they also have like the tether where you could redo the tether. You don't have to wait for it to expire anymore, which is cool. And you also don't have to wait for animations, which is really awesome. So they made some nice little quality of life changes to her. But the big problem, like I've mentioned before, is Overguard has totally overshadowed anything that she used to be. Because she used to be a healer. Every time I used to think of what's the healer of Warframe, I thought of Trinity. But now it just feels like Trinity is just some basic fucking weapon platform that no one gives a shit about. You know, so that's why I still feel like she could use another rework or an actual rework and more buffs, because she's just kind of sitting in a corner somewhere where everybody else is stealing the show. So especially Dante. Dante is super stealing the show from her. So yeah, please do something to her. Valkyr. This is another one that goes straight into C tier. And the main reason why is because she needs some buffs. And she could also use a rework. She feels like she kind of fell into the past. Like she needs to be caught up to what's happening right now in Warframe. A lot of Warframes are just so much vastly stronger and bring so much more to the table and all that. And I feel like Valkyr is just sitting there also. So we need to do something with her. Poor thing. I really love Valkyr. She's really cool. But yeah, I'd rather play Garuda, honestly. Like, I find her to be more fun, even though like the play styles are pretty similar. But I'd rather play Garuda than play Valkyr. So yeah, let's just put her in C. You don't have to force people to leave. I know there's always going to be somebody that's going to hate on my tier list. And of course, like I said before, this is my opinion. If you want to make your own YouTube channel or make your TikTok and make your own tier list, you can go ahead and do that. But I know you guys are probably not going to do it anyway. And there it is. I just challenged you to make your own YouTube channel and do it. Like, go ahead. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to end up getting a lot of hate too. Because people are going to be like, what the fuck? Why did you put so-and-so in S tier when he's obviously a piece of trash? You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be somebody. So, can't make everybody happy. All right, so Vuban. Vuban, he got a rework a while ago, and they changed the way his abilities worked, where he's able to nuke now, like calling airstrikes basically, and he's able to do his crowd control thing like he's always has, which is great. But I still feel like he kind of falls flat in a lot of situations. So I'm just going to throw him straight into B tier. I don't feel like he needs a rework or anything, but I feel like he could use a little bit of buffage if you could. He doesn't need a buff, but I just feel like it would be nice if he did. I just don't want to put him in C tier to force him to get a buff. He doesn't need it, if that makes any sense. But he's just great, and that's it. Like, he's all right. Vault. This is the one that everybody keeps commenting about and asking me, where's Vault in the tier list? Where's Vault in the tier list? Vault, honestly, like, I feel like he's another one that's just kind of great, and that's it. Like, I personally don't really care for Vault too much. My Vault build that's made it a lot more fun for me is putting Kalervo's ability on him and then just going crazy with the speed and just like, and that was like probably the major thing that makes Vault a lot of fun to play, especially with melee. It just makes them so much fun to play. But I can't think of a single situation where I'm like, damn, if only I brought Vault on this group. You know what I mean? Like, I've never felt that way about him. So he's just sitting at great, and that's it. Like, I don't really feel like he's even on the A tier, because I feel like he could use a little bit of loving. Like, just a little bit. Give him a little bit of buffs. You know what? Let's change the way this is. Instead of... There we go. So I named it properly. So the B tier is great, but could use a buff. There we go. So that at least kind of sets the mood a little bit more. Because you know, A tier, like I said before, is characters that I feel like are perfect right now. Like, they're at the spot where they're not overpowered and they're not underpowered. They're just like right there. They're good. OP as hell is people that could get nerfed at any time. And then God tier is like DE is looking at them with a magnifying glass. You know, like that. I shouldn't even have brought up the God tier, honestly, because God tier is gonna get my favorite characters nerfed. But anyway, after this, stop making lists. Why? These lists make me so much views, so I'm making that paper, baby. So what does it matter? Is this list with Hemliff builds? Some of them do, some of them don't, but not always. I usually don't ever. No, I don't really think about the Hemliff when I'm putting them on the tier list. I add the fact that Hemliffs could be good, but that's it. I don't give a shit about this being statistically incorrect. Who the fuck cares? I do this for fun. This is my opinion. I don't give a fuck. Go make your own tier list. Seriously. You guys are so scared to make your own tier list. All you want to do is just like bitch about mine being horrible instead of actually making your own. Stop yapping and make the list. All right, so I'll be right back. And no, Garuda's not bad. This tier list, I made this tier list like this on purpose. There are no bad frames. There are only frames that I feel like could get reworks to make them better or buffs. And then there's balanced and then there's excellent. So it's all about opinion at the end of the day. And it's my opinion. This has nothing to do with anybody else's opinion. If I wanted to sit here and make a tier list that's based on the internet's opinion, you know what the best Warframe is? According to the internet? Look at this. Look at this. What's the best Warframe? Wait, let's see. Like, wait, hold on. We just looked it up earlier. What's the best Warframe? The first one that pops up is Revenant. Do you believe that Revenant is the best Warframe? What's the best Warframe to use? Look, this one right here. People ask, what's the best Warframe to use? Limbo is the best Warframe in the game. Do you believe that? This is the internet. The internet said this. Do you actually believe that? Limbo is the best one. You know who else? Yeah, Wukong will end up in that conversation as best Warframe. Also, let's just look at this. Watch. Like, let me show you the list real quick. Look at this. Where's the 2020? Here we go. This thing. This is the statistics of everybody playing Warframe and what they consider to be the most popular Warframes in this game. Revenant is number 1. Wukong is number 2. Vault is number 3. Those are the top 3 Warframes of Warframe. Like, this is just statistics. Do you guys believe that? You know, like, this is where it goes, man. This is why, you know, I said a million times, the tier list I'm making is my own opinion. If I wanted to sit here and look at statistics of best Warframe, like, it's the list is gonna be horrible. Like, I'm just gonna tell you right now, it'll be fucking horrible. It'll be the weirdest list you've ever seen in your life. And you're gonna be like, what? But like every single one, you'll be like, what? Constant whats. You're gonna like self-destruct with whats. And the Citrine, I put her on God tier. She's very good. So there we go. We just found out what the real tier list is. Revenant is the best character in the game, apparently. Apparently, to the internet, Revenant and Limbo are the best Warframes in the game. There should be no reason for anyone to be using any of those, anything other than Revenant and Limbo. Done. I put a Garuda on A tier. Yeah, I'm letting Varuna chill down a little bit. She's very hot. I can't wait for her to get a prime, man. I can't wait for Varuna's prime. Yeah, people do hate for fun. They really do. You know what it is too? I noticed that people that like to hate on stuff, like let's say they'll hate on my tier list. The reason why they like to hate is they're hoping that other people would agree with the hate and go, yeah, you know what? You're right. High five. Yeah, you're right. He is a piece of shit, isn't he? Like, yeah, good job. Like, it's kind of like, it reminds me of those people that, you know, when you're standing in line at like the supermarket or something and the cashier is just moving a little too slow and there'll be the guy behind you going, why are we taking so long to get through this line? Like, what they're doing is they're hoping that somebody's gonna go, yeah, you know what? You're right. What are we gonna do? We're gonna just like talk shit about how bad this cashier is? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, fuck that cashier. They're so slow. We need more cashiers. Yay! Like, that's all it is, man. They just want so bad for the, you know, to get attention. That's all it is at the end of the day. Thirsty for attention. They should just make a YouTube channel. That's literally what I'm doing every day. I'm making videos and you guys are watching it and that's attention. That's all it is. So you should make a YouTube channel. You really should. All right. So Varuna. So let's talk about Varuna. Varuna, the last time I think I had her in S tier. Did I? No. Where did I have her? I had her in A tier the last time. Which the reason why I mentioned S tier is because she definitely goes straight into that. Because her new augment is fucking crazy. Also, after I started playing her a lot more, I realized the potential of how insane she is. She's able to pounce enemies and just destroy millions of damage. Like, so if you wanted to nuke rooms, she would be the gal to play. and she's so much fun to play while doing all that pouncing and all that stuff. You can also go melee with her and all that. The only thing that she kind of lacks in is survivability. So unless you build for it, she's gonna be very squishy like toilet paper. So you gotta be really careful with her. But as long as you're careful, you can do a crap ton of damage and have lots of fun while doing it. So she can be extremely crazy. Her new augment with spreading the status even farther and just like being a, I don't know, an insane, I don't know, not really a weapon platform. I wouldn't really consider her to be a weapon platform, but it's almost like she's treading the line of being that with the way she spreads her statuses now. So she can be insane with that. So yeah, she's gonna sit in S tier. I don't feel like she's God tier, but she's definitely S tier. She's very, very strong. So hell yeah. She graduated. All right, so Wisp. I know this is a big favorite for a lot of people because they love just looking at her ass wiggle while she moves. And that's I just called out all the goons. But she does bring a lot to the table as far as her abilities, especially with the little wisp that she's able to put down and buffing everybody's speed and all that stuff. Like, yeah, she's able to do things, and she can nuke pretty nicely too. I kind of just feel like she's A tier because I don't really feel like there's a lot of situations that I would personally want to bring Wisp in, but there's nothing bad about her. Like, she's very good. So I feel like she fits right there in the balance. Like, she's good and she's not bad. She's there. Like, she's nice. So we'll leave her at that. Last time I had her as, where did I have her? Oh, where the fuck I had her last time? Oh, I had her as a S tier the last time. I just don't really feel like she's S tier anymore. So I dropped her down to A tier. I just feel like she's okay. She's good. Like I every once in a while I'll break her out, but I just don't really feel like she's too much fun to play. And I feel like the main thing, especially with my tier list, it has a lot to do with fun factor also. Like, if I'm not having a lot of fun, then it's not really gonna do a whole lot for me to, you know, put her anywhere up on that tier list. So we'll just leave her at A. I feel like she's balanced. She's good. She's hella boring. I agree. Yeah, I that's why I don't really play Wisp that much. She's just pretty whatever. Wukong. This guy, I mainly use Wukong for one reason, for spy missions. And this is the thing that I was mentioning earlier about Ivara, because I put Ivara in the rework bin. Wukong is very good for spy missions, especially if you put the Hemliff ability for auto hacking. That makes it insane because you'll fly through the map, nothing can see you. Everything that did see you got stunned by your cloud. So, and then you're able to just hack and boom, done. Especially like I love bringing him into sorties and also Archon hunts because he's able to get it done like ridiculously fast. If you actually build him for tanking and all that stuff, like he can scale up really well to be able to tank nicely and then also be able to crowd control, do a fuck ton of damage. Like, he's a really well-rounded character, and that's why I leave him an A tier, because he's not overpowered, but he feels just right. Like, he's in a great spot right now. So he's a good guy. He's right there. Zaku. This is another very controversial take right now because there's a lot of Zaku fans out there that absolutely love this guy. I personally find him to be the most boring Warframe in the game, right next to Baruuk. But I have to acknowledge that he is a very strong Warframe at the same time. The armor stripping that he's able to do is pretty ridiculous, especially when you pick a target, you have a place that you're just going to be, bunkering down on and just hanging out there. You're able to strip everything, no problem, and everything is just like a piece of toilet paper. But also at the same time, he is a piece of toilet paper. So he's able to make things toilet paper and also be the toilet paper at the same time. So you can get wrecked in a millisecond if you're not careful. So you have to really be strategic with your movements and where you're going and what you're doing. So it tends to be a skill issue at that time if you're dying a lot with Zaku. But I personally, his kit and all that, I don't really find it to be that much fun. So he just goes straight into A tier for me. Mainly because like he's not a bad guy and he's not good either. He's just right there. He's good enough to be used, and you know, I can recommend him and all that. All right, Ureli, she needs a rework and a buff. I like the way that she feels though, but I'm gonna throw her straight in the C tier because she has moments where she's really strong. Like she can basically tank face with the freaking skateboard and just like skateboard around and all that. They added an augment where the skateboard kind of like does its own thing. I'm calling it a skateboard, but I know it's like, I forgot what the name is for it, but I call it a skateboard. But anyway, when she gets on the skateboard, she's able to, you know, do all that. And then secondary weapons is like the main thing on Ureli. That's what makes it crazy. And you can amp up your damage and do a fuck ton of stuff with that. And that's what makes her really good. But it just doesn't feel very practical enough. So I feel like she could use a rework or some major buffs to bring her up to par to the other Warframes. But right now, we'll just leave her at C tier. Zephyr. I consider Zephyr to be my main. And I also named my motorcycle, my actual real life motorcycle, after Zephyr. Because that's basically the feeling I get when I'm playing Zephyr. I just feel like I'm literally like, I'm free. Like I'm just flying through the air and I'm creating tornadoes and everything, crowd control and the DPS that she can do and the nuking that she can do, especially with the augment where she's able to pound the ground and scale her damage infinitely. It's stupid. You're doing multi-million damage just from pounding the ground. You know, like if you wanted to play that way, you can. Or you can sit there defending an objective all day long and nothing will ever take damage, especially when you're running your shield, your 2 of being able to, oh, no, it's actually the 3 of deflecting bullets and stuff. Like even beams will get deflected because of that ability. So she is insane for holding down objectives and for literally doing every game mode in this whole goddamn game. So she is automatically god tier because she is unbelievably crazy. And yeah, she's definitely worth the time, the investment, all of it. I love Zephyr. So yeah, all right, we did the tier list. That's it. Who's good for damage? Every single Warframe is good in their own right, but when you're thinking about just pure damage, I think of Saryn, I think of Varuna, I think of anything in the god tier, I think of Octavia. Like pretty much pick anything in S tier and god tier and you got damage. That's it. But all of them can do damage in some way. Clervo, OP. Worst tier list you ever seen in a hot minute? Awesome, thank you. It was actually the worst tier list last year too. Do you know where we can find a build? Well, all my builds are on in my bio. So like if you click on my about page, you'll see it all on there. It's all on there. Like the link tree that goes into my overframe and all that. I also have build videos on my YouTube channel and TikTok. Why are people watching and hating? I don't know. I really don't care. It's free views. Fine to me. Can you see my Zephyr? Yeah, sure. I love my Zephyr. That's my baby right there. I got that's it right there. I gotta work on this arcane precision. I forgot I didn't max this out yet. So I guess that could be a goal of mine to work on trying to max that out. Would Varuna be able to take full advantage of Sight's Hemlift ability? I don't think so, no. It's not worth it. And Varuna has her own invisibility, so I don't really see a purpose in using Sight. No Thou on Zephyr? Oh. I mean, I don't need it. I don't even think... She doesn't even need the Archons to begin with, anyway. Just duration to get 5% more, I guess. Not even a big deal. All right, so basically now I'm gonna be posting that tier list video that I just described for the past hour and a half. I think that was a long like video I have to edit, so I'm gonna be editing for a while. I don't know if I can get it out today. I'm gonna try to do as much as I can, but my goal with that video was to also have gameplay to go with each Warframe so that I can visually show it. So it's not a super boring, you know, tier list of me just yapping and that's it. Like I'm really hoping that I can add some kind of, you know, cool gameplay with it. But yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be a lot of editing. You ever do weapon tier list? No, I don't think I can do weapon tier list, mainly because I don't really have a whole lot of weapons, and the weapons that I do focus on, I mainly just focus on them because it's my personal favorites. It's not really something that you can do a tier list on, because there's thousands of weapons in this game. Like it's a ridiculous amount of weapons. So I would have to sit here collecting every weapon and then making a build for every weapon in order to do that, and that's impossible. I don't think anybody ever, no content creator is capable of doing that. I don't think so. And if you know a YouTuber that did that, then holy shit, they gotta be the nerdiest motherfucker on the planet Earth. like just imagine it. Imagine making like 700 weapons. Imagine making a build for 700 weapons. That means 6 forma for each build. Like, oh my god. And then it has to be up to date too, right? Like, so that means you have to fix every weapon. Oh my, no, it's too much. It's way too much. You know what I'll do? Actually, I'm gonna add the tier list to I'll add it to, let me download the image. Picture. All right, I downloaded it. I'm gonna throw it on my link tree. So that way you guys could just download it if you want to or whatever. God, why is this lagging so much? My freaking mouse. Let me fix this. I gotta add it to my Google Drive. (2025) tier list. Actually, I probably should type the names of each one, right? Yeah. Let me throw it into Photoshop. There we go. So I'll put the names of each one. Why is my mouse lagging? I don't understand what's happening here. I wish that it would display the names. Do you guys know if it's possible to get this tier list to actually reflect that? Like for it to actually display the names? Guess not. This is gonna take a while for me to write this down. Yeah, I'll work on this later. This is too much to do right now. I kind of want to just play and chill for a bit. Let me what I'm gonna do is I uploaded it to the put it here, move. Move. Where's my stuff? There it is. That's what I was looking for. YouTube shares. I don't understand why it's not letting me. Because I have a folder called YouTube shares and it's not letting me save it there. There it goes. All right, I got it. Nice. Wow. There. Okay, let me add this to my link in the bio. Here's my link in the bio. The link. Oh, oops. Okay, link is in my bio now for the tier list, so if you want to view it, you can click on the link and get it. But it's not going to display the names of each one. That's the only downside. But at least I'm able to, you know, share that for now until the video pops up. Yeah, I just finished the tier list. So link is in the bio to it. All right, let's mess around a little bit. Do some stuff and things. Who's my favorite fashion-wise? I really love Hildren's look, especially Prime. Her look is pretty crazy. I love it.
Your enemies have grown fierce. Use all that you have learned.
They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way.
Do you see why I put Zephyr in God tier? He's literally a god. You could do this shit all day. Orican cells, yes. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta go check on my Forma. She annoying to build like Mesa? No, this is super easy to build. Zephyr is very new player friendly. Yep, just range and duration. Yep, that's all you need. You don't need any strength at all. Metalman, thanks for the rose. You float by holding the 1 down. It's Citrine. You think this is Titania? This is Zephyr. What a Warframe. I know you were asking what Warframe, but the way it sounds is just like, what a woman. Oh my gosh. She definitely is that. Yay, Orican cells. Link is in the bio to my build. I also have a build video. Builds playlist. The weapon is Tenet Cycron. But the chaining that you see happening happens with Zephyr anyway. Her tornadoes. If you shoot at the tornadoes, any weapon is able to chain. So I could even use a shotgun. I could use melee. Watch, I can show you. Watch, I'll use melee. Watch. See? If I'm able to hit everything in the whole area as long as they're in the tornadoes. See? Everything died. Don't sleep on Zephyr, man. That's why she's god tier on my tier list. See? All you gotta do is hit the tornado. Link in the bio to my build, oh, my overframe, and also I have a build video on her on my YouTube channel and also on TikTok. All right, let me get out of here. Oh, I went the wrong way. Oh, I went the wrong way again. Holy shit. Where's the exit? Oh, it's this way.
It is done, Tenno.
Oh, thanks, Sam, for leaving the link tree. I'm so bad with remembering to do that. I might as well play all the god tier warframes so you guys can see it, and also I can add it for my footage. So that was Zephyr. Let me see who else. Protea. Let's play Protea next. But every warframe is god tier. We're gonna be here for a while, I guess. Medals for everyone.
These are worthy foes. Underestimate them at your peril. Where's the other mobs at?
Oh, there you go.
The impure, the unworthy have no future.
Holy shit. What the fuck? Alright, hold up. Damn. They were trying right there. They're like, oh, you think this is God tier? I got you.
Wise Parvus, the low thief shall never know the cool caress of your crowd.
Is there any way to get 2 chamber mods as a beginner? Chamber mods? I don't even know which ones you're talking about. This map sucks. I hate this map. Split in hell? Oh, I have no idea. Because I don't even know where you start, honestly. I would have to Google it. Same way you would probably have to Google it. Biatch. How long can this AFK Hydron? I don't know, for the rest of my life? For as long as until I fall asleep on the keyboard. That's pretty much it. I'm just going down the list, so I think Frost is next. All right, one more. Is this what endgame is? Yeah, pretty much. Once you make builds for your favorite warframes, that's it. Like you're at endgame at that point. Like this game doesn't have a traditional endgame where you're grinding a dungeon over and over to get gear and stuff. It doesn't work like that. The end game of this game is just collecting more things, you know, to kind of diverse your playstyle. So if you want to try new weapons, you know, you'll start grinding for those. You want to try some new warframes, start grinding for those. It's a collectathon, basically. This is not a traditional, like, World of Warcraft or, like, Destiny, where you're, like, grinding dungeons to get better gear. It doesn't work like that. The whole game is end game. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, these motherfuckers want to die. Let me give it to them. I forgot I wanted to put Prime Sure-Footed on Protea. I'm so tired of getting knocked back. What the fuck is this right now? Holy shit. Oh, now blinded too. Holy shit. Can we buy blueprints from Otak? Oh yeah, you can. Yeah. I think that's how you get it. Like there's that, or there's the chance of getting it through grinding her mission for like 20 waves or something like that, which is horrible, but I mean, it's a good double chance, and that's why it's worth it to stay there for 20 waves. Just for that simple reason. All right, that was Protea. Who's next? Mag is on the list. We'll jump straight to Frost because I've got a few Frost requests. Let's do Frost. Mobile defense. All right. Do you use Wukong anymore? I use them only for spy missions. I don't use them for anything beyond that. Spy missions or anything that I need to rush through the map with, like even rescue missions, I'll do it too. This is why I put Mag's pull on him. Do this shit all day like this. No, this is not 1999. Just a regular mission.
Terminal hacked. Keep moving.
What's your opinion on Goss? I put him as a A tier, which is balanced. He's in a good spot. I like Goss. I wouldn't consider him to be overpowered, so I didn't put him in S tier because of that. I consider him to be very balanced.
Area completed. Move on.
Move on. All right, move on. Yeah, Frost is very underrated. Extremely. Should I try to play Frost? Up to you. DB Crow, thanks for the prime. Appreciate it. Welcome to the subbage. I gotta do something with adding more emotes and stuff like that. I tried to do that before and I was struggling with it, so I gotta do some research and see if I can add that for subscribers. But thank you.
A valuable lesson.
How should I play Frost? However you want. This game is about having fun, so have fun. If you ever find yourself struggling, like you're not having a good time, you're dying a lot, whatever it is, that's when you consult builds. That's when you start looking up my videos or somebody else's video, going on Overframe, whatever you got to do to fix your problem. But prior to that, Just have fun. That's the focus. Mag. All right, now we're doing mag. In case you're wondering what's happening, I made the tier list video, or I'm gonna edit it, so that should be popping up hopefully over the next couple days. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to finish it today. I'm honestly exhausted. I wanted to kind of chill and eat, and I have to work on other videos too, so there's other priorities. So I don't think I'm gonna have this ready until maybe the weekend, but I'm gonna try my best. But I'm working on mag right now. What I wanted to do was have a video for every Warframe to put that into the clips that I'm working on for the tier list, so that I can show gameplay of each of the Warframes. But yeah, so right now we're on mag. Next one is Citrine. Let's save the disruption for Citrine. We'll do exterminate with mag. Nah, Goss is not S tier. He's not. Like he definitely fits really well in my A tier. The way I made my A tier, I made it based on the overall feel of the character. So A tier means balanced. It means that they're just right. They're in the right spot. Not overpowered and not bad either. Like they're just perfect. So he fit into a really nice category, honestly. Mag, however, Mag, she's a god. That's why she's in god tier. Nah, Neja, I put him on A tier, I think. He's in a good spot. I feel like I was more fair with my tier list this time than last year. Last year I was a little bit more biased. This time I actually thoughtfully thought of every single Warframe and where they fit. Link in the bio to all my builds. I don't think I made a build video for her. I'm not sure. I don't remember. So that's something that's on my to-do list of 2025. I'm making a build video for every Warframe. So I gotta focus on the ones that I haven't really spent too much time with. And then also cover the ones that I do spend a lot of time with. Make any changes that are necessary also. Yeah. We don't get too many open spots in Warframe, so this is nice. He thought he could magnetize on me. The actual master of magnetize. The primary is Fell Arts. Oh, these mobs scattered all over the place. Nidus is good for Steel Path? Nah, I don't recommend him. I mean, he can do it if you're very attentive with his anchor, but it's just more of a harder time when you could have just played somebody else. It's more of a pain in the ass, especially if you fight Corpus. You're gonna fucking hate that so much. If you fight anybody but Corpus, then it's not a big deal. You won't feel it as bad, but those nullifier bubbles will make your life a living hell on Nidus. That's the reason why I put him in the rework tab on my tier list. He needs some love. Finally.
I'm starting to think maybe I shouldn't be making a nest out of some of that stuff.
Nah, Loki is not useless by any means. Not at all. If you think he's useless, you haven't played him since he got his buff. Especially when they fixed the way his decoy works. He's able to give himself invincibility with his other augment. The augment's like really ramped up his capabilities. So I think you should give him a second chance. All right, so next one, last one for today. I'm gonna take a break after this. Citrine. Watch this crazy shit. We're gonna do disruption. Actually, let me change weapons because bring something that's more red crit capable. What should we bring? Let's bring the Bubonico. Why not? Why not? Yeah, sure. I haven't used the Bubonico in a while. I don't have a ribbon on my Bubonico. I do want to get one eventually.
Bypass that console, so we might get a better understanding. Oh no! You've caught me! Me and my little partnership. Where's that Lotus when you need her? Now, sniff, sniff, betrayers. See if you can find the cheese. Outgoing communication cipher.
Okay.
Oh, how scandalous. Alan's system has a back door. Shall we listen in?
I need more energy. Come on, mobs.
CT, prepare my amalgams for further evolution. I've beaten trance.
There we go. All right.
Almost there, you clever vermin. But what to do next? Can you feel that coming rush? That cocktail of unflinching violence and pseudo-random rewards? Good for business. Good battle advantage goes to the one most willing to die. My demolists, Tenno. Well, they aren't just willing. They want.
Oh, really? Okay. I probably should have brought the Fel Arcs. There. The only downside with my build on Citrine is she relies heavily on having lots of enemies so that she can give herself energy. And when there's not enough enemies in the area, it tends to be a huge problem for her. At least on this build. Normally she doesn't have issues like this, but my build kind of suffers with efficiency. I need more energy, man. Like teetering on very low on energy right now. Oh, oops, this is the wrong one.
CT,
Seriously? Come on, man.
Scans indicate these conduits are connected to a massive stockpile of resources. Just how long is the operator planning to fight for?
Oh wait, wrong key. There you go. Oh shit. I forget that they keep shutting off my thing. Ooh, do you like Neja? Not really, no. I don't really play Neja at all. But I put him on A tier because I do recognize that he's good. I just personally don't care for him. I keep forgetting that they shut off my debuffs. There we go.
Take your trinkets. A small price to pay for a superior product.
All right, you guys want to see what Citrine's like? This is what she's like. There's not even enough enemies in the area to actually take advantage of anything because I killed them too fast. Like, where's the enemies at? Not spawning anything. The melee was dual Icar. Barnon. What do you think about Chroma? Chroma, I think I put him on A tier. I think I did. No, I put him on B. Beer. I put him on B mainly because I feel like he could use a buff. I know he got buffs recently, like they tried doing some stuff to him, but I don't know. It still doesn't really feel too good. I feel like they can do a little bit more to him. Also, it would be nice if they change the way the 4 works and actually let you play as the dragon thing. I don't know. Just for fun factor. Something interesting with him. Because he's pretty boring to play. Let's see. I think that's it. Oh, actually, I wanted to check my thing real quick. My foundry. The one ability is the worst. Oh, is that the flamethrower thing where you're like breathing fire? Yeah, it feels kind of useless. Oh, I still got a lot of things crafting. Oh well. Alright, so I'll check on this later. Anyways, thanks for tuning in for the tier list. Thanks for hanging out today. I will be back tomorrow and we'll do some more stuff and things. I got to work on getting some more footage for the other Warframes. So as far as the tier list being released anytime soon, it's probably going to take a while. I'll probably have it done by the weekend. But yeah, that's the plan at least. We'll see how it goes with the editing. I have a lot of editing to do. So yeah. Anyway, have a good one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you